in 5 minutes.
So, Harshbhai, should we start?
Yes, definitely.
So, good afternoon, one and all. Today's special guest and speaker, Hansraj Chuk, Chairman, Committee for Export of Service and WTO ICI. Second technical speaker, Pankaj Singh Parihal ji, Director, Skill Master, our own Central Council member and Chairperson of Ethical Standard Board, CA Kimisha Soni ji. Indore Branch Chairman, CA Harsh Firoda ji. Treasurer and today's moderator, CA Ankush Jain ji. Our Sikasa Chairman, Indore Branch Sikasa Chairman, Samkit Bhandari ji. Senior member of the profession, and my dear friends. I, CA Gaurav Maheshwari, Secretary Indore Branch, welcome you all on behalf of Indore Branch of CISC of ICI. कोविड-19 पेंडेमिक के कारण सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट टास्क जो हम सबकी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में आया है वो है नई प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी को दोनों हाथों से पकड़ के उसे ग्रैब करना, और उसके लिए ये जरूरी है कि प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी कहाँ, कैसे, किस फॉर्म में मिल सकती है, और वो पता करने के लिए and for this all today we are here on the topic of global professional opportunity and networking areas of CS. hope आज हमें बहुत सारी global opportunities के बारे में हमारे speakers आज जानकारी देंगे. So now moving towards welcome speech, I invite our branch chairman Harsh Firoda ji for welcome speech. Over to you, Harsh bhai.
Thank you, Gaurav Maheshwari ji, Secretary of Indore Branch. Respected CA Hansraj Chuk ji, Central Council Member and Chairman Committee for Export of CA Services and WTO ICAI. Respected CA Kimisha Soni ji, Central Council Member and Chairperson Ethical Board of Standard ICI. Respected Shri Pankaj Parihal ji, Director Skill Master. CA Ankush Jain ji, Treasurer Indore Branch. CA Samkit Bhandari ji, Sikasa Chairman. Dear members, I welcome all of you in the seminar on global professional opportunities and networking areas for chartered accountants. During Corona, we know that due to work from home, distance doesn't matter. Now everyone is prepared for remote working, work from home. Hence, we as chartered accountant must know the opportunities available globally and education by networking. I would like to congratulate Sri Hansraj Chuk ji for doing excellent job. Regular webcast on foreign investment, foreign language course for members, tapping professional opportunities abroad, hence overall enhancing the value creation for members. It is also a pride moment for our Indore members as new code of ethics is released during this year under the chairmanship of CA Kimisha Soni ji. When it comes to global opportunities, we have a very knowledgeable and experienced person, Mr. Pankaj Parihal ji, who is owner of Skill Master and helping Indore students to go abroad, including chartered accountants. At last, I wish everyone happy Independence Day tomorrow. Due to Corona and government guidelines, celebration will be done virtually. Jai Hind. Over to you, Gaurav ji.
Thank you, Harsh bhai. Now I invite our Central Council member, CA Kimisha Soni ji, for addressing the audience.
Thank you.
Over to you now, please.
Am I audible?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav ji. My Central Council colleague and elder brother, CA Hansraj Chuk ji, and he is also chairman of Committee for Export of CA Services and WTO, and also he is a convener of International Placement Directorate. So हर्ष जी ये भी मैं शेयर करना चाह रही थी बिकॉज इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जितनी प्रैक्टिसिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के लिए प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी है, साथ ही प्लेसमेंट के थ्रू जो हमारे मेंबर इन इंडस्ट्री और कॉर्पोरेट में है मेंबर्स, उनके लिए भी क्या प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी है, तो वी विल डेफिनेटली टेक बेनिफिट ऑफ अवर हंसराज भाई बिकॉज ही इज हियर. तो सर we would request you ki also update about certain development under your convenership International Placement Directorate also. And this is first term in council as Hansraj Bhai and me was together in Central Regional Council NIRC. He was secretary 2010, I was chairperson. तो उस टाइम पे भी हमने काफी वर्क किया एंड ही इज वेरी एक्टिव एंड डिवोटेड फॉर आवर ICI वर्क. सर, इंदौर ब्रांच में आपका स्वागत है. फिजिकली डेफिनेटली हम चाहेंगे आपकी विजिट हो. जब भी कोरोना और ये सिचुएशंस इम्प्रूव होती है, बेटर होती है, तो आपका विजिट ड्यू रहेगा. And our speaker Shri Pankaj ji and Chairman Indore Branch Harsh, Secretary Gaurav ji and Treasurer Ankush ji and Sikasa Chairman Samkit ji is also there, and other Managing Committee member of our Indore Branch. Dear viewers, respected members, let me begin by wishing you and your family the very best in the trying time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take every possible care of yourself. So I would specially like to congratulate Chairman Harshi and Gaurav ji and entire team for designing and conceptualizing this webinar with the theme Global Professional Opportunities and Networking Areas for Chartered Accountants. The global pandemic has drastically changed our work and social environment. The dynamic environment has resulted in massive technological disruptions and the shift towards IT tools and digital platform. So here I would like to share certain initiatives and changes as ICI also, because related to export of service professional opportunity will cover by our Hansraj Bhai. And as you all are aware, yesterday Modi ji has also already launched ट्रांसपेरेंट टैक्सेशन ऑनरिंग द ऑनेस्ट. उसमें उनका स्पेसिफिकली एड्रेस में था सीमलेस, फेसलेस एंड पेनलेस सिस्टम. एंड उनका जो उन्होंने कवर किया था उसमें था फंडामेंटल एंड स्ट्रक्चरल चेंजेस इन इंडिया, एंड स्पेसिफिकली ही वाज मेंशनिंग अबाउट दैट मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट, मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस, एंड दैट रेफरेंस ब्लॉकचेन, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और मैक्सिमम IT टूल के यूज के बारे में था. इट मीन्स जो इंडिकेशंस है गवर्नमेंट की साइड से वो हम समझ सकते हैं कि उनका मैक्सिमम जो हम लोगों का कंप्लायंस वर्क है, चाहे वो इनकम टैक्स से रिलेटेड हो, टैक्सेशंस, कंपनीज एक्ट, GST, वो मैक्सिमम यूज ऑफ AI, ब्लॉकचेन और IT डिजिटल यूज के बाद वो बहुत सारा ऐसा रहेगा कि जिसमें हमारा ह्यूमन इंटरवीन कम होगा. तो आई वुड सजेस्ट ऑल मेंबर्स कि स्पेसिफिकली यदि हम नई प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए बात करते हैं या डिस्कस करते हैं, तो हमारा एंटायर जो प्रैक्टिसिंग एरियाज है हमारी फर्म्स में, क्योंकि हम प्रेजेंट यदि स्टेटस देखते हैं तो एक पेरेटो प्रिंसिपल आप लोग जानते होंगे जो 80-20 की बात करते हैं कि हमारे पास यदि हम नए प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए डिस्कस करते हैं तो हमारे पास कितना टाइम है उस नई प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी को कन्वर्ट करने के लिए. इफ वी आर बिजी इन डे टू डे फाइलिंग, कंप्लायंसेस, डेडलाइन, तो हमारे पास नई प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी, नए ग्लोबल एवेन्यूज जो डेवलप्ड है, तो उसके लिए हम कैसे टाइम निकाल सकते हैं. तो 80-20 जनरली हमारे हर ऑफिसेस में यदि हम देखते हैं कि हमारे क्लाइंट का स्ट्रक्चर क्या है इन आवर CA फर्म्स, जनरली 80% ऑफ द क्लाइंट take 80% of our time and contributing to 20% of our fees component. It means 80% हमारे क्लाइंट हमारा 80% टाइम लेते हैं और 20% टोटल फीस का वो कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. और हमारी फीस का जो 80% पार्ट है वो हमारे 20% क्लाइंट से होता है. इट मीन्स यदि हम क्लाइंट का ABC एनालिसिस देखते हैं तो ये स्ट्रक्चर पे हमें जरूर वर्क करना चाहिए कि जो आपका 80% टाइम लेते हैं, 80% आपका टाइम कंज्यूम होता है, 80% क्लाइंट है और वो फीस का 20% देते हैं, तो उन पर्टिकुलर एरियाज और क्लाइंट्स के लिए आप अपना वर्क डेलीगेट कर सकते हैं, स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर डेवलप कर सकते हैं कि अकाउंट्स आप किस फॉर्मेट में मंगाना चाहेंगे, किस तरीके से फाइलिंग का रहेगा, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं थ्रू सॉफ्टवेयर. आपको फाइलिंग करना है तो आपका मिनिमम टाइम उसमें से आप कैसे बचा सकते हैं और अपना नया एरिया कोई भी प्रोफेशनल का जिसमें आपकी एक्सपर्टीज हो, आपका इंटरेस्ट हो, तो उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया को आप डेवलप कर सकते हैं. और एंटायर हमारे जो प्रोफेशनल यदि हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें हम पूरी सर्विसेज को 2 पार्ट में बेसिकली डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. वन इज कंप्लायंस रिलेटेड एंड सेकेंड इज वैल्यू एडिशन, एक्सपर्टीज, स्पेशलाइजेशंस जो आपके ऑफिस में एक डिपार्टमेंट आप डेवलप कर सकते हैं. और सेकेंड एक और डिपार्टमेंट आप उसका हो सकता है कि गवर्नमेंट बेस्ड जो हमारी प्रैक्टिसिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट फर्म से, बड़ी फर्म से, तो वो फर्म्स अपना एरिया भी बाइफरकेट गवर्नमेंट बेस्ड और मार्केट ड्रिवन बेस पे भी कर सकती है. तो दिस इज अबाउट द स्ट्रक्चर. और आईसीआई प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू जैसा कि हर्ष जी ने भी बताया कि भाई नया कोड एप्लीकेबल हुआ है, तो डियर मेंबर्स जो नया कोड है उसमें स्पेसिफिकली बहुत सारी परमिशंस, रेफरल फीस अलाउड की है, मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी पार्टनरशिप पे ऑलरेडी इंस्टीट्यूट मीटिंग हो गई है, तो वो भी आप इम्प्लीमेंट है. आप दूसरे प्रोफेशनल के साथ पार्टनरशिप कर सकते हैं. नेटवर्किंग के लिए पूरी ऑल टुगेदर न्यू गाइडलाइन स्पेसिफिकली डोमेस्टिक नेटवर्क के लिए भी डेवलप की है. तो नेटवर्किंग, मर्जर और कॉर्पोरेट फॉर्म ऑफ प्रैक्टिस भी आप डेवलप कर सकते हैं. corporate form of practice specifically यदि आपकी एक ऑडिट फर्म है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एक्ट 1949 में सेक्शन 2 सब सेक्शन 2 और क्लॉज 4 में बहुत सारी कंसल्टेंसी एडवाइजरी सर्विसेज मेंशन किए. तो हमारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट उसके लिए स्पेसिफिकली यंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट कॉर्पोरेट फॉर्म ऑफ प्रैक्टिस और एलएलपी भी डेवलप कर सकते हैं, क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. तो दिस इज एज पर अवर आईसीआई प्लेटफॉर्म. ये प्रैक्टिस मैनेजमेंट एरियाज भी आप डेवलप कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट में आप लोगों से शेयर करेंगे जो प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी एट आईसीआई प्लेटफॉर्म भी काफी सारी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. जैसे एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस से रिलेटेड तो हम हंसराज भाई जरूर बताएंगे क्योंकि उनकी कमिटी में जो उनका एक न्यूज लेटर भी है. हंसराज भाई रियली आई वुड लाइक टू कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट फॉर दैट न्यूज लेटर जो आपने क्वार्टरली निकाला है. उसमें यू हैव इंकॉर्पोरेटेड एवरी इंफॉर्मेशन, चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट के एक्सपोर्ट सर्विस से रिलेटेड जितने नोटिफिकेशन है वो इंकॉर्पोरेट करे हैं, फंडिंग से लेके एफडीआई से लेके लैंग्वेज के बारे में जो फॉरेन लैंग्वेज है वो सबको अपने इंकॉर्पोरेट उस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज़लेटर में करा है. और आपका जो एक वेबकास्ट था 5 अप्रैल वाला, दैट इज आल्सो वेरी यूजफुल कि अपार्ट फ्रॉम अकाउंटिंग एंड एश्योरेंस सर्विसेज, कंसल्टेंसी, एडवाइजरी और कौन सी सर्विसेज है जो आप दूसरी कंट्री में मे बी बीपीओ, केपीओ, एपीआई, उसके बारे में काफी सारा कंपाइलेशंस और डिटेल्स सर कवर करेंगे. बट एट आईसीआई प्लेटफॉर्म बिकॉज हमारे काफी सारे मेंबर कनेक्टेड है, तो यदि वो लोग चाहे तो आईसीआई के प्लेटफॉर्म पे फॉर एग्जांपल एग्जामिनेशन कमिटी में एज ए एग्जामिनर, बिकॉज डिजिटल चेकिंग के बाद उसमें भी काफी सारे रिफॉर्म्स आए हैं, तो दे कैन इम्पेनल देमसेल्फ एज ए एग्जामिनर. देन सर्टिफिकेट कोर्सेज जो हमारे पीक्यूसी और सर्टिफिकेट कोर्सेज चाहे आर्बिट्रेशन, फॉरेंसिक, डीसा, डीआईआरएम, वेल्थ मैनेजमेंट, कंटेंट ऑडिट, उसमें दे कैन बी पेपर सेटर, एग्जामिनर, साथ में वो फैकल्टी के लिए भी सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी गुड प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी एट आईसीआई प्लेटफॉर्म. देन क्वालिटी रिव्यू बोर्ड में एज अ क्वालिटी रिव्यूअर कर सकते हैं. financial reporting review board or tax quality review board mein as a reviewer they can impanel themselves at that platform also, because I have also standardized presentation on professional opportunity at ICI platform. So branch definitely will upload this presentation on our Indore branch website, or they can circulate this various professional opportunity at ICI platform. And under research committee also we have अनाउंस आईसीआई डॉक्टर स्कॉलरशिप स्कीम, जिसमें अप टू 40 तक की जो एज के हमारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है तो वो पर्टिकुलर एरिया में रिसर्च करना चाहते तो 50,000 मंथली और 3 साल के लिए ये डॉक्टर स्कॉलरशिप स्कीम अवेलेबल है. सीनियर जो मेंबर्स है वो किसी रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट में पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहते हैं तो उस पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए भी 10 लाख रुपीस इंस्टीट्यूट इसमें प्रोवाइड करती है. तो दिस इज अबाउट अवर रिसर्च कमिटी. बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज ऑल्सो so many professional opportunity at board of study, like for example you can be a faculty. वीडियो लेक्चर्स के लिए भी, रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए भी हमारे यंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट इम्पैनल कर सकते हैं. कंटेंट डेवलपमेंट के लिए रिव्यू, जो हमारे स्टडी मटेरियल के रिव्यू का भी अभी अनाउंसमेंट है. तो ऐसी बहुत सारी प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट एज अ रिव्यूअर और एज अ कंटेंट राइटर जितनी हमारी टेक्निकल कमिटीज है, चाहे वो अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड हो, ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड हो, इंटरनल ऑडिट बोर्ड है, इंटरनेशनल टैक्सेशन है, यदि मेंबर का इंटरेस्ट है तो हमारे वेबसाइट के अपने ICI के एड्रेस के थ्रू, आप मेल के थ्रू, वेरियस प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी पीयर रिव्यू में, ऑडिट कमिटी में, सभी में है, तो आप उसमें इम्पैनल कर सकते हैं। साथ में फाइनली ये बताना चाहूंगी कि जो हमारे प्रैक्टिस में चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है उनको स्पेसिफिकली यदि GST से रिलेटेड फॉरेन सर्विसेज में वेट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन जो मिडिल ईस्ट कंट्रीज में है उसमें भी काफी स्कोप है प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी का। और इसी से रिलेटेड इन एवरी सेमिनार जनरली मैं ये कोट करती हूँ, जो हमारा PDC का पब्लिकेशन से क्विक इनसाइट वो रेफर कर सकते हैं, उसमें सभी प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी चाहे रिलेटेड टू गवर्नमेंट हो, बैंक हो, कॉर्पोरेट्स हो, ग्लोबल की प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी है, ICI की जिसके साथ MOU और MRA बने हैं उनके लिए से भी रिलेटेड पूरा डॉक्यूमेंट्स उसमें अवेलेबल है, उसमें कैसे इम्पैनल कर सकते हैं उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन पूरी उसमें अवेलेबल है। तो दैट पब्लिकेशन ऑल्सो आवर मेंबर कैन डाउनलोड एंड यूज इन जिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में आप डेवलप करना चाहते हैं उसको आप ऐड कर सकते हैं। और फाइनली ये सबसे कहूंगी कि अब हमारा वो टाइम है इन प्रेजेंट सिनारियो, क्योंकि ग्लोबल डिस्टेंसेस नहीं रहेंगे, बियॉन्ड बाउंड्रीज की हम यदि बात करते हैं तो हमारी सर्विसेज में डिफरेंशिएशन होना भी बहुत जरूरी है बिकॉज ऑफ कंपटीशन, बिकॉज सो मेनी थाउजेंड ऑफ अकाउंटेंट्स आर देयर जो हम लोग सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करते हैं। तो पॉइंट ऑफ डिफरेंशिएशन ही है जो हमारे क्लाइंट के माइंड में एटलीस्ट कहीं ना कहीं वो देखते हैं कि ये डिफरेंस इस फर्म में और इस फर्म में है। तो कुछ पॉइंट उससे भी रिलेटेड है कि आपकी जरूर वेबसाइट जरूर डेवलप कीजिए, साथ में जितनी रेंज ऑफ सर्विस है उसका एक मैनुअल हमारा इन हाउस जरूर क्रिएट करना चाहिए, एंड अकॉर्डिंग दैट आवर सर्विसेज स्पेशलाइजेशन एरिया और डिपार्टमेंट भी डेवलप करके हम कैसे कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, हमारे क्लाइंट से कैसे एंगेज हो रहे हैं, नेटवर्किंग की क्या हमारे यहाँ किस तरीके से नेटवर्किंग हम लोग करते हैं, ये सभी हमारे एक फॉर्म का भी डॉक्यूमेंट हम लोग बना सकते हैं। तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट, प्रैक्टिस डेवलपमेंट एरिया। एंड here I would also like to mention global SMP सर्वे रिपोर्ट, जिसमें कि उन्होंने मेंशन करा है कि फ्यूचर जो हमारे अकाउंटिंग प्रोफेशन है, बहुत बड़ा सेगमेंट प्रैक्टिस कि आप आपके कॉर्पोरेट फॉर स्पेसिफिकली दिस कंसल्टेंसी एंड एडवाइजरी डेवलप कर सकते हैं। जो ग्लोबल सर्वे है उसका से अबाउट जो हमारे से दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज रिलेटेड टू एडवाइजरी, कंसल्टेंसी, BPO, KPO, ड्राफ्टिंग, इस टाइप की सर्विसेज जो अपार्ट फ्रॉम ये भी डेवलप कर सकते हैं। फाइनली like the power of technology, so I would request every member कि whether related to AI, blockchain, data analytics, cloud computing, इन सब से हम लोगों को अपडेट होना, अवेयर होना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी, बिकॉज दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ टाइम कि इस टाइम के हिसाब से हमें अपने आप को अपडेट करना है। With this just finally I would say that design your own practice, because list is endless, so many opportunities are there, and I'm happy that we have amongst us CA Hansraj Chugh ji and Pankaj ji, and hope that today's program will leave you more enlightened and knowledgeable. And here I would like to quote John F. Kennedy's statement, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, even for ICI. So happy Independence Day। कल के लिए आप सभी को स्वतंत्रता दिवस की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं मैं इन शब्दों के साथ देना चाहूंगी। दे सलामी इस तिरंगे को जिससे तेरी शान है, सर हमेशा ऊंचा रखना इसका जब तक तुझ में जान है। So dear member, be proud to be a chartered accountant, be proud to be an Indian। जय हिंद, जय ICI।
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words. Now I want to hand over the dais to CA Ankush Jain for further conduction. Over to you, Ankush bhai.
Thank you, Gaurav bhai. Good evening, members. I again welcome all of you and recognize the presence of our esteemed guest and speaker, Center Council member CA Hansraj Chugh sir. Speaker for second technical session, Mr. Pankaj S. Pariyar sir, our own Central Council member, CA Kemisa Soni ma'am, and other fellow committee members of Indore branch. As explained by Gaurav Maheshwari ji about our today's topic, that is global professional opportunities and networking areas for CA. I would like to add that professional opportunities are on the rise due to globalization of businesses. In accountancy particularly, India is embracing Indian accounting standards converge with IFRS. I also want to inform you that ICI currently has 27 chapters abroad, including Gulf countries, England, Canada, USA, Australia, and many more that promote brand Indian CA ahead of similarly placed qualifications and act as a gateway to promote career opportunities for the Indian chartered accountants. And for all these, our esteemed guest, speaker and chairman of respective committee, Shri Hansraj Chuk sir is working extraordinary. So on behalf of all fraternity, CA fraternity, I want to express sincere thanks to you, sir. Moving forward, I just like to share today's webinar chronology with all of you. We will have two technical sessions of 45 minutes each, and then dais will be open for respective members for question answers. Now, before starting technical session, I would like to introduce our honorable speaker of first session, CA Hansraj Chuk sir. He is a fellow chartered accountant, fellow company secretary, law graduate, and insolvency professional. He has more than 30 years of experience in the professional practice relating to indirect tax, foreign trade laws, including foreign trade policies, customs, FEMA, and banking related laws. He is founder partner in one of the big firm of New Delhi. He serves to various Indian corporates and MNCs in the above area of practice. Presently, he is a Central Council member of ICI for the Council term 1922 and has been nominated as a chairman of the Committee for Export of CA Service and WTO. He is chairman of International Placement Directorate 2021 and vice chairman of the Committee for Members in Industry and Business for the year 1920. He has also served the profession of chartered accountants as member of NIRC of ICI for two terms, that is 2010 to 13 and 13 to 16, and held the position as a secretary during the period 2010-11, vice chairman during 15-16, and he is a regular speaker on GST, foreign trade policy, custom law, insolvency and bankruptcy code, and other economic issues of the nation on various platforms of professional institutions, educational institutions, PSUs, trade bodies, and promotional council, etc. Sir, on behalf of Indore branch, I again welcome you. Now, I request our esteemed guest for sharing his knowledge with the our audience. Now, I request, sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ankush ji, for really being a great introduction of mine. Uh, uh, it's a great time for me. It is my second time to the Indore. The first visit was there way back in the year 2015, I think, when the president of our institute was there from your city. So then I physically visited. Today I am visiting in a virtual mode, but the things is not of that. Basically, the kind of warm and the kind of cleanness I have seen there in the Indore, that was really very encouraging. And today, naturally, the I'm as a council member, then to be contesting to the council, then that was the time, though I was there in the regional council, but I intended to be in the council. Same way, Kamisa Ben also, though I know her for a long, since I entered into the regional council in the year 2010, we know each other, and it's a strength which has been brought us as a close council colleagues. And I really appreciate the efforts made by Kamisaji for the growth of this profession and taking the forward so many, whether it is this ethical things or the otherwise on the technical subjects or the subjects related with the members or the students. And I really am very grateful to the chairman, Harsh Virodaji, this Gaurav, who invited me very closely. Really, I appreciate the way things has been taken forward. And I'm really been Ankush Samkit also, and my co-speaker, on the subjects, Pankaj Pariharji, and my friends from the Indore and the other places of the, maybe from the country also. Friends, let so many things has been shared by Kamisa Ben related with the opportunity available with each one of us. But one thing is to be understood with the things from where one has to start with. It is not looking at the others. It is looking at the oneself only and the team around us. It's a approach by which one has to start with. Naturally, consultative approach and the collaborative approach, which has been proven to be the best, which brings the results. Unless until we collaborate, we brings out some network and we understand the issues involved, and we go with the clarity. Clarity, once it comes in, the first stage is like that only. Clarity in the thought, then accordingly you are matching with that kind of sincerity, so that it is going to be the result oriented aspects. So then only things will be settled down over a period of time. It is never been overnight. It cannot be, because it's everything as a process involved. Like if we talk about, if we want to enter into a business of doing profession of doing an accounting process outsourcing, what is the systematic approach? If we want to enter into the suppose investment banking side, so what is the kind of approach? So if we want to enter into some M&A transactions, so then what has to be the approach? Which way one has to move with? What that has to be understood with. It is well said by someone: clarity in the thought, sincerity in the efforts, and purity in the heart also. Sometimes what we speak about within our partnership itself, we think something different, we speak something different, and ultimately we find something different. That should not happen with. The clarity in the thought has to be there, sincerity in the efforts has to be there, and ultimately realizing the game of the achievement has to be there. With those kind of things only we can do so. We can develop our strength of the bringing out best for oneself and best for the others also. Rightly said by Kamisa Ben, on so many fronts, like we are moving towards the multidisciplinary aspects. We are moving towards the having the global opportunities beyond the boundaries, and within India also, those who are serving to the global corporates. It's a difference, but definitely 80-20 or 20-80, whatsoever the methodology you look at, this is a proven things. 80% you serve and you get 20%, and to whom you serve 20%, from there you get 80%. But one has to look at, it is not like that ki every client will be at par. Things are different. Some are highly paid, some are highly earners, and their spending powers goes accordingly, but you have to serve both of them. But here one has to understand with, it is not India. We are a global profession now. We have to come out of the boundary. Because today I am there in Delhi, Kamisa Ben and you all are there in Indore. What is the difference? At any moment, it is not looking at each and everyone. Earlier used to be the days when it was difficult to connect even the telephone also. Those days has gone. It was difficult to even reach out to the some STD. You have to go there, you have to call, you have to be in the queue. Those time has gone. Since 1992, a drastic change has happened with. Changes has happened with. Global is the opportunity. Sky is not even the limit. There may be something beyond the sky also. With that perspective, we have to understand. And I appreciate the participants, those who are participating in today's program. It feels like, yes, they have some zeal and just in their understanding. They want to come with a clarity. They want to develop something different. That is the best part. And I appreciate the Indore is it's not the state now or the city now. It's India is a global opportunity. It's an opportunity sitting at the smaller places, sitting at the bigger places. I know some of my friends, those who have served there in Indore, in a different government departments, even in some in the SCZs also, some in the this DGFT offices also. I'm a regular in touch with them. They said कि Indore is such a beautiful place, huge opportunity for the business, huge opportunity for the professional. So there are huge opportunities because we are connected. We are connected in a manner so that we understand the difficulties. We understand the way how the difficulty can be carried, can be taken out of the system. So those kind of clarity, if it is there with each one of us, so naturally there is a global opportunity for each one of us. I'll be sharing something from the my presentation also. Before going to the presentation, let me have some feeling like the first part comes with the training. If you want to develop any different area, so then orientation has to be there, then understanding has to be there. Suppose one wants to work with some clients from the Australia, so you must understand what the system prevails there. Like we are tally here in Indian system, we have a this Zero XERO is there, yeah, Myob is there, QuickBooks is there. Most of the law like gst same here, same is there. The taxation system, it's almost equal, but maybe 20-30% here and there. But the major things established, whatsoever we are into part and parcel of the global economy. Whatsoever the new law coming here, like we talk about the GST, it is not India has originated it. It has been already tested more than 150 countries. We are with the IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. In the time to come, the same will be in the same manner whatsoever is there in the global, like some system of the collaborating with each other, like pre-pack system. It will be there in the time to come in India also. Or the some negotiation within the, if it is banker is feeling like IBC is not the good system, so if we collaborate there with someone, same system will be here also. So those are parameters ki we are not behind the global system. We are just equivalent to them, or wherever the need be, we can develop our strength. The strength is the power, whether it is intellectual strength or the connecting strength or the strength of collaborating also. We all have a great power because of we are being energized with the language also. Like today we this our committee has a language courses, whether it is the French, whether it is the Germany, whether it is the other Japanese also. So those are the language giving us the benefit. In the time to come, we are coming out with the English language, those who are the real business languages. It is not today what we speak about in English, whatsoever the words we use here, that may not be applicable there in the other countries, because there is a language which is we normally call it is a standard language, which is a business language, that has also to be learned with. So collaboration is necessity, a consultative approach is the necessity, training a part is the necessity, research is the necessity, and the engagement with the others is the necessity. It's a proactiveness has to be the necessity. So those necessity things has to be developed with a team building methodology. Entrepreneur does not do anything by own. They get the things done from the others. If we as a professional wants to develop ourselves and start doing by oneself, so we cannot develop ourselves. We have to make the others more competent than oneself also. Sometimes we feel like if we engage, यदि कई बार हमारे दिमाग में आता है कि यदि हम कोई अपने एम्प्लॉयमेंट में कोई ऐसा प्रोफेशनल रख देंगे जो हमारे से ज्यादा जानकार होगा, तो वो हमें जो है कहीं ना कहीं सेटबैक करेगा. बट इफ दैट थॉट इज देयर, तो यू कैन नॉट ग्रो विद. The thought has to be different. Thought has to be of that standard. Being an entrepreneur or being a professional, you have to be with the others also. And Indian multinational, sometimes we say कि Indian multinational goes always to big four or the big professional firms only. That is not the case. I'm into consulting on the foreign trade matters. All multinational companies, some big corporates, they come to me because they understands who can deliver the best. Even some of the big four, they engage us for doing their some of the task. So those understanding has to be there with clarity. And our institute, I can just share with you, ICI is very proactive under the all the committees. Wherever we find an opportunity, like institute in collaboration with the government under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and MCA, what we are doing with this services of a chartered accountant has been brought into the under the champion sector. There are the products under the champion sectors. There are 12 champion sectors services also. We stand at the number 4 positions as an accounting and the financial services. What they are doing, I'll be sharing you some in the my PPT also. The government has given us the power to collaborate with the even the Ministry of External Affairs. Ministry of External Affairs is giving us the power to work like a chambers of commerce and the business entities so that we develop our profession globally. So those powers has been drawn from the government. Those authority has been given by the government to the under the champion services sector, which has been led by our committee. And same way the different committee, technical, non-technical, standing committee, non-standing committee. They all are doing under the able leadership of our president and the vice president effectively. And maybe in the result takes time. It is not overnight. Suppose I have a program, I'm developing something, some policies being framed with. It will not bring the result now. Maybe 2 years down the line, we are going through a publication also where the how one can be developed into the accounting process outsourcing business. That will be released sometime in the month of the September. That will be giving you a direction how you can develop yourself. I know so many organizations, so many process sourcing, outsourcing, KPOs and BPOs. They are implying thousands and thousands of the employment opportunity. Out of that, maybe 100 maybe chartered accountants, some may be MBAs, some may be graduate also. So those kind of outsourcing opportunities are there. And it is not upon the commercial transaction between one party and other party. Over and above, government also supports them up. There is a scheme called SEIS, Service Export from India scheme. What is that? To promote these kind of services which are listed there, government gives a grant to the extent of maybe 5% or 7%, depending on this kind of services. Like accounting services, there is a grant of 7%. If you earn 1 crore rupee, 7 lakh is given by the government also to compete with the others. And Indian capabilities are much beyond than the others. India is so competitive. I'll be finding out some to be given to as a statistics also. What is the quantum available? What is the where the strength has to be taken forward so that we ultimately realize the game of the. And very recently, this our committee has entered into some kind of MOUs also, like in MOUs with the Invest India. My predecessor chairman, this our gentleman from the Kerala, Babu Abraham, he taken the initiative and entered into an arrangements with the Invest India. He initiated with the Service Export Promotion Council also, which has been concluded in the month of on the very first day of this July. This has been concluded and signed the agreement. We have a collaboration with that. Collaboration is must. We are now collaborating with the Export Promotion Council of the EOUs and the SCZs. EOUs and SCZ, 1/3 of the total exports goes from India. Serving to these units, it is not going the beyond, but they are within India, but they becomes part of the, like if you are serving to the overseas clients. SCZ is that. SCZ is a territory which is being considered as a foreign territory. If you are serving any of the clients within the SCZ units, within the SCZ boundaries, that is serving equivalent to the serving across, serving globe. So those kind of benefits are there under the SCZ schemes also. And for the development of the CA services, our institute has taken proactive measures. Proactive measures. 36 chapters overseas, 17 our representative office, maybe some own office also, like in Dubai, in Singapore, we are planning in the time to come, in US also. So those are our own office to serve this profession, to collaborate with. So those are the beneficial aspects, and we will be starting an orientation program from the this Australia also for the members, so that you are being guided how you can approach the clients there in the Australia and serve to those clients. It's a awareness campaign has to be started by this committee. Committee is doing good for the profession and with a proactive manner. And we, like you have taken the initiative, this Indore branch, I appreciate. They have taken the initiative, and I appreciate someone will come out. Maybe few may be coming out to identify, and wherever they feel like where we can be of any help to you as a committee, so we are always there to guide you. And definitely there are ways and means. If one starts moving with will has to be there, then ultimately one realize the game of the life. We will be starting a training program with the IIFT also. IIFT and our committee are collaborating for the some great program to understand the WTO mechanism and the international trade law also. Basically, it is the opportunities here in India also for the exporting community to serve with, and the beyond the boundaries also. Those are the capacity building measures by our committee, and hope in the time to come we all will be in a system of the our Atmanirbhar Bharat will be our institute will be contributing a lot. Atmanirbhar does not mean that we are depending on our own country. We may be depending on the others also. Others may be depending on others also, but replacement has to be there. Like if we are talking about like today what we are doing, even if we have to buy our as anything for our home, we look forward for the some foreign brands. The brand which are been there, though they may be foreign brand, but it has been manufactured in India, those has to be promoted. Those who have been produced from India itself, so that it is generating some kind of the revenue for India, it is generating some kind of employment for India. Those kind of things has to be taken forward, so that we feel like yes, we are an Indian and we are a Indian to serve with. So today we are on a Independence Eve of the Independence Day. We must pledge something good for the nation. First, to generate some free convertible currency for the country. And it is not difficult. In the time to come, I'll be expecting with each and every member of the fraternity, some part of their earning must be from the foreign. Some part of their earnings must be from some free convertible currency like dollar, some euro, some pound, or some other free convertible currency. That has to be there. So that is my understanding, and that is my request to each one of you to gear up wherever you feel like any support, any consultation required. We are always there to each one of you. Let me go to my. I'll be going through this my PPT also. Hope this PPT is visible. Friends, basically to understand with what is the professional services. Sale of the professional services, professional services is a knowledge, and it requires by everyone. Feel like India, we talk about everyone, it requires the services. Same is with the overseas also, whether it is an individual, big corporate, small corporate. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि भाई एक पंडित जो है, पंडित की जरूरत कहाँ पड़ती है? जब कोई एक बच्चा जो है इस दुनिया में आता है, उस समय भी जरूरत पड़ती है, और जब वो दुनिया से जाता है तब भी जरूरत पड़ती है. एग्जिट के टाइम पे भी जरूरत पड़ती है, और जब उसने ओरिजिनेट होना है, इसी तरह किसी ने कोई भी बिजनेस में एंटर करना है, तो किसकी जरूरत है? एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट की जरूरत है. उसको एग्जिट भी करना है, तब भी एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के बिना ही कैन नॉट डू सो. So all these all this system, a chartered accountant is like a pandit. Chartered accountant is required all across. Same is in India also, and same is with the globe also. Available knowledge जो है, knowledge and the skill, that has to be matched with the those who want the knowledge. That has to be two aspects to it. One is the regulated things, another one is the unregulated things. Like we talk about, there is a audit is a regulated all across, barring where some chartered accountancy of India is allowed to undertake the audits also, but in more maximum part of the globe it is not allowed. So that kind of understanding has to be there. It is a global profession, and there is a regulated things, there are unregulated things. Like bookkeeping is unregulated. You can do, I can do, someone else can do, graduate can also do, chartered accountant can do, MBA can also do, or the others can also do. Corporates are doing it. Like if we talk about in the international system, people from the they put their shop here, commercial offices here, they get the things done here and send it back to the in the shape of the finished information overseas. So these are basically available across the globe, and professional service organization or professional service providers has to be from the knowledge sectors. Let me share some of the market size. What is the market size? Global accounting services market reached at a value of nearly 575 billion US dollar in 2019. That is the size of the accounting outsourcing. And it is going with a growth of 5.7% since 2015. And by 2023, it will be reaching to the stage of 735 billion US dollar. That is the size of the accounting services. Basically, to understand with accounting does not mean only bookkeeping. What we have understood with, we have never touched upon these figures. We never thought of. What is the size of India? That I'll also sharing with you. And where is the scope? You can find out from these figure itself. So historically speaking, in a conservative approach, even if we find out some of our close network, someone is there in US, some of our friends or some of our relative maybe they're overseas. You just simply approach him. Yes, we have started serving to the overseas clients. They themselves were even filing the Indian returns, and you started catching hold on some NRIs. So what is wrong in it? They'll be paying you in the free convertible currency. The first time what it came in, a person from the, like I'm sharing you my own example. One Sardarji from Canada, he approached me maybe through some of his friend. Ki, Chuk Sahab, I want a company to be formed in India and my parents will be their director. मैंने कहा, what is the objective? कहने लगा, IT consulting is the objective. So then he said, whatever the requisites or whatever our checklist was there, I shared with him. So then he simply asked, what will be your fees? And naturally, it was overseas clients. It was difficult to judge. Like we here during that time, we used to charge maybe 4,000-5,000 as a consulting for the formation of the company. But I asked him the $2,000 as for the incorporation of a private limited company, along with the PAN number, along with the, then it used to be no compulsion of this, then IC or some limited things, 2-3 more things. It was not a single window, it was a application subsequently. So immediately he has sent me the advance also. So basically that kind of understanding that has to be there. You will be earning a minimum 80-20 वाला जो concept है, वो 80-20 वाले कंसेप्ट के अंदर जो है आपके अंदर जो है यदि कोई फॉरेन क्लाइंट्स हैं या फॉरेन क्लाइंट्स जो इंडिया में अपनी जो है कॉमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट में आप उनको स्टार्ट करेंगे तो यू विल बी मूविंग टुवर्ड्स ए बेटर ग्रोथ पाथ. रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क, complete regulation, independent. Basically earlier it used to be controlled economy, now we are a free economy. Same way overseas also. Like if we want to serve to the overseas client, no hitches and glitches, and except if it is a regulated mechanism, and like audit is under regulation, rest of the services are unregulated. So those has to be understood with. Outsourcing in India, basically you see, like if we talk about India के अंदर, जैसे अभी हम बात करते हैं virtual CFO. What is virtual CFO? It's a outsourcing only. आप एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, एक जो है हाई एंड प्रोफेशनल को एंगेज करता एज ए सीएफओ, वो कितना चार्ज करेगा आपसे? मे बी 50 लाख, मे बी 1 crore, मे बी 2 crore also. But if you don't need him at a full-time basis, so it's a virtual mechanism. Whenever you need them or any guidance required or anything required, so this is a outsourcing. Outsourcing mechanism is good for the professional also, and at the same time it is good for the company also, because he'll be saving some cost to it. Technology has become the necessity if you want to serve overseas. So secrecy, like the cyber security, like some methodology of having the good softwares, the softwares by which you can serve sitting at any places, like we have seen in the in few today in the corona time also. If we find out keep working from home, how easy it is, how easy it is. So those kind of understanding has to be there, and communication platform has to be fully secured. Cyber security has to be there. Like so many things one has to develop with, and that infrastructure, IT infrastructure, has to be taken care of. Accounting services market, totally speaking, US is the number one where one can grab upon. Canada is also there. This Australia is also there, and then we talk about the UK is also there. Those are the countries where it has been preferred and the established outsourcing mechanism. And it is not that only. Underdeveloped countries or the landlocked countries or the developing countries has also a huge scope where can outsourcing market can be, outsourcing mechanism can be there, because we have a all the technology, whether it is the blockchain, accounting softwares are there, artificial intelligence mechanism are there. It is not you need a big strength of the thousands and thousands of the accountants, because today some of the tasks are being carried away, or it is been done through the artificial intelligent mechanism also. Those has also to be understood with. The segmentation, matlab growth is equally important, whether it is the Western Europe, whether it is Australian Pacific, or the other region way forward, and it is the government also has taken a lead to bring best here. So it is accounting and the financial services, the coverage. Like today, what we speak about, we are not related with the accounting and the auditing only. What we are a complete business solution provider as a professional chartered accountant. Our definition has been different now. Our definition has been different now. Earlier it used to be, we talk about the, if we are an accounting professional, so we speak about the audit and the taxation part only. But that is not the situation now. Accounting, whether it is the reviewing the annual and the interim financial statement as accounting information, compilation of the financial statements, preparation of the business tax returns, compilation of income statements, analysis of the balance sheets, other accounting services like attesting function, non-attesting function, financial auditing functions, auditing services. That is naturally being a contemporary things, we are always there. Bookkeeping services, payroll services, tax consultancy and preparation services. We talk about the financial management consulting services, project management consulting services, business consulting services, information technology consulting, and support services. This is not only the IT. IT has two parts. One relates with where there is just some kind of programming is to be carried out. Some the supporting whatsoever the area you develop in. Like if we talk about the Finacle, a software to be developed for the banking sector, Can it be developed by without the support of the chartered accountant? No, it cannot be developed. So it is because of the knowing that particular subject or knowing the instrumental into it. So then only it can be with the support of a chartered accountant only this can be done with. Merger and acquisition services, as whether as a negotiator between the merger and the acquisitions, or the advising management on what is the best route, whether it is the takeover or whether it is the joint venture or whether it is the expansion route or the greenfield or the brownfield, which methodology one has to go with. Corporate finance and the venture capital services, investment banking services. So these are the services where we have a huge opportunities. Our profession has a huge opportunity to take over, but how it has to be done, it is with the support of the team. Without the team, nothing can move. And just to share with each one of you, ICI has already been taken an initiative. Government has already started looking at it, looking at the growth across. Today, economy is under stress all across the globe. That does not mean the opportunities has come down. It has gone down. That is not the case. Accounting is such a subject, even if whatsoever may be the position of the economy, it requires to be done because it's a permanently and completely regulated, completely required under the some kind of law of the land of that country. In some of the cases, even Indian chartered accountants are allowed to carry out the even auditing services also. There are the 11 proposals which government of India has already allowed to be taken forward by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, like overseas campus placement for the accounting professional, which is under our directorate, overseas this international placement directorate IDP. Foreign language courses which has already been started and start bringing the results also. Latin American countries is very strongly been going because French is the language which is at a different location. Proposal for development and training to set up APOs. We are already started guiding our members and we are coming out with the publications also. Specialized short-term courses, certificate courses, modules through e-learnings. There are the certain courses which one has to before moving there. One read, one needs to have the knowledge of their countries where he wants to move with or where he wants to serve with. This capturing global students through international curriculum. It is under the process of finalization international curriculum. Strengthening and mentoring accounting profession abroad. This has already been started. Offering training courses to the foreign national under the ITEC program of the Ministry of External Affairs. This is under approval from the Government of India. Promoting brand Indian Chartered Accountants globally through the chapters and the representative office. Promoting ICI Digital Learning Hub globally. So many institutions or so many where we have a MRA and the MOUs with the different accounting bodies across the globe. This has already started giving us the results. They are expecting from us like so many related with the our own standards also, our own ethical standards also, how they look at. We are far ahead than the so many countries. We are far ahead than so many countries. We have an MRA, MOUs or on a reciprocity basis. EOUs and the SCZs are giving us the way to take their difficulties forward with the government and with the overseas bodies also. If we really look at accounting sector in India, naturally we are little lesser. Finance and accounting business process outsource management here in India, we are exporting to the tune of 5.72 billion US dollar only, which is meager a figure, 0.003% of the global market size of 1803 billion US dollar. You see like what we are doing, and Vision 2022 is 10 billion US dollar from the current 5.72 billion US dollar. There is a gap. There is a gap. Who can fulfill it? हम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट यदि अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लें हम बाउंड्री से बाहर देखना शुरू कर दें, हम बाउंड्री को नेग्लेक्ट कर दें, हम ये समझें कि वी आर वन कंट्री, देयर मोर देन 195 or 200 countries, more countries where we can put our footprints, and then only this can happen with. और कितने मेंबर्स हैं अभी अकाउंट फाइनेंशियल और अकाउंटिंग प्रोसेस आउटसोर्सिंग के अंदर? 29 लाख लोगों को अभी जॉब मिली हुई है इस सिस्टम के द्वारा। और यहाँ जरूरत कितनी है? 54 लाख लोगों का हमने टारगेट किया है 2022 के द्वारा। तो ये ग्लोबल डिमांड मैं आपसे ऑलरेडी शेयर कर चुका हूँ। ग्लोबल डिमांड को मीट आउट करने के लिए हमारा जो करिकुलम है या हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ है, जैसे हम IFRS की बात करते हैं, Ind AS is equivalent to the IFRS only, barring few carve out. So same way the GST is also equivalent. Same way insolvency and bankruptcy code or the other taxation related or the this company law related law is equivalent there, barring some orientation required. We are equally prepared, and wherever we have the chapters, they whenever you want to have, they also support us to take this forward. Ministry of External Affairs has already given us the power of same, like it is with the other bodies like Chamber of Commerce, etc. We have a 36 chapter overseas, 17 representative office which has been very recently launched with. Their objective is matching with our Indians' objective. So those are basically to understand with we are the strong enough, and where one needs to have, we just need a little understanding and with a strong willpower and strong spending powers also. Because it is resources required. It is not like you start doing a business and without risk you are doing it. Risk is there, money to be spent with, infrastructure to be created with, IT infrastructure to be developed with, and ultimately we must pave the way so that it is giving us the benefit of the true professional, real true global professional, not a local professional. Local has to be vocal. We have to show to the globe, yes, we are matching with you, we need your support, and we are there to serve you, and then only these things can happen with. Action plan has to be drawn by individual also, by the institute also. Institute is trying their best to understand, to make it more action oriented. Network Global has already been started with, like Kamisa Ben has also suggested with, like multidisciplinary and the corporate style of the corporate working. So those paves the way to think globally and bring in a focused approach by way of the good training on the technology, good training on the subject concern, and ultimately short-term courses and the assurance from the overseas clients. Basically, client and the client service recipient and the service provider, they also come on the same platform. We'll be moving with the, like we have entered into an agreement with the SCPC. That was the objective, to enter into the for the promotion of the accounting services. Trend of hiring chartered accountants across has become so popular because it's a sincerity of the Indian chartered accountants. It's a bringing back to the India some laurel from the overseas also. Like those are the positive points for the Indian chartered accountants. It is, you see, like across the globe, Indian chartered accountants are enjoying the best of the position. CFOs also, CEOs also, leaders also at a different platform, different corporates. Those are really been in India also very recently. Like if you talk about the SDFC Bank, the CEO of the MD of the SDFC Bank has been, though earlier was also a chartered accountant, now also it has been chartered accountant. So those are the strength of the chartered accountants. But chartered accountants has a different region to region, different looking. Like Gulf, we have a number of chartered accountants. In the other countries, we somewhere may be lesser, some may be higher. So those are the strength of the Indian chartered accountants. In the employment also, and for the service providers also. India has paved the way by the MOUs with the different international bodies. Like we have an MOU with the Australia, we have a CPA we have a SARC region, SAFA also. We have a MOU with the smaller countries also. So those are basically the take us the advantageous position for the bringing out best for the economy of the country. So friends, let us draw a timeline. Here it comes is the first is the understanding. Take your time, maybe month or two, and if one feel like yes, support required from the ICI, we are always there. So then draw a timeline. You have to be within a next 3 years where you have to be, and build yourself. Rather look at the others. Because if you make your own way, so then you will be feel satisfied. Then you will be feeling like you have developed it, you have done it, and then you can be a guide to the others also. Because normally what we feel like there is a limitation of the opportunities. That is not the case. Sky is not even the limit. So once you start thinking in that manner, someone like someone talk to me कि भाई चुग साहब, why you give the lectures on the foreign trade policy and you encourage the other to find out the scope here, find out the opportunities here in the foreign trade policy and the custom law, which is normally chartered accountants do not do so. मैंने कहा if we try and we do something different, and it is not me, it's a $3 trillion economy of the country. $3 trillion economy of the country. And out of that $3 trillion economy, which is some in the external economy, some in the internal economy, if you guide the others and if you take the share of themselves, rather there are some non-professionals into this area of the foreign trade policy matters or the custom or the WTO matters, rather than our professional brothers and the sisters, they come in, they enjoy with, we are there to guide them up. Yes, like someone from the Indore people also, we serve sometime them to them, though we do not have our physical presence or the commercial presence there, but serving from India, from Delhi itself, or serving from our office in Mumbai itself, we serve them up. Because sometimes some problem comes in the SCZ, some comes in the other EOUs or the some other exporters also. Like some training programs it takes place uh, uh, by other trainers, but they invite us as a faculty on these subjects. So what we guide them up, it is no limit, no barriers. Like today we are sitting here, I am in Delhi, you are there, all are there in Indore. Is there is any barrier? Whatsoever I am speaking with clarity, whatsoever you are taking out with clarity. So those things has gone, those time has gone. So we have must attempt, must take this profession globally, must bring out best to understand with, training has to be undertaken with, orientation has to be undertaken with, and pave the way so that we actually becomes a global economy. We ultimately realize of the benefit of the global profession. With these words, I am very grateful and thankful to the Indore branch for inviting me here to this great program on the opportunities, on the global professional opportunities. I can only share with you, in the last, this profession is a great profession. Make it more has stronger by way of serving to the globe. Like IT people from India is been recognized across the globe. Same way we have to make it like that only. This accounting profession has to give the way to be a real global profession across the globe. And networking areas are the different, which I have shared with each one of you. It is not only the bookkeeping. There are the different area as a complete business solution providers. We are just from the starting point, incorporation of a company and continuous growth of the any economy or the any corporate, without the support of the chartered accountant or the profession of a accounting profession, cannot happen in any economy or any corporate. So that has to be given message to the whole of the fraternity. We are the instrumental, we are the catalyst in the development of the growth of the economy, and that has to be shown to the government also, and that is there with the minds of the even big corporates, those who have developed in India. If we talk about the Tata and the Birlas also, they have always recognized the strength of this profession. Or whosoever is the first generation also, they also understands without the support of a true chartered accountant, a fellow chartered accountant, they cannot grow with. So same way across the globe. So we have to pave the way, we have to bring out best to the our system. और मैं आप सबसे इतनी उम्मीदें रखता हूँ, मोर पार्टिकुलरली इंदौर के जो हमारे प्रोफेशनल ब्रदर्स सिस्टर्स हैं, उनसे इतनी उम्मीद रखता हूँ कि आने वाले 2 साल के अंदर जो है या 3 साल के अंदर जो है, हर मेंबर्स के अंदर जो है कुछ ना कुछ फॉरेन अर्निंग्स उसके पूरे सिस्टम के अंदर जो पार्ट है वो जरूर होना चाहिए. कहीं रास्ते की जरूरत है, कहीं आपको कनेक्ट की जरूरत है, कहीं नॉलेज की जरूरत है, कहीं आपको ओवरसीज जो है अपॉर्चुनिटीज के लिए ओवरसीज चैप्टर से कनेक्ट की जरूरत है या ओवरसीज कॉर्पोरेट से कनेक्ट की जरूरत है. तो दैट I at the ICI level, at my personal level also, wherever you feel like where I can be of help to you, I'm always there. And with these words, I appreciate the opportunity given to me by the team of the Indore branch, Harsh ji as a chairman, Gaurav ji as a secretary, Ankush ji as a treasurer, and Samkit as a Sikasa chairman, and my co-chairman, co-speaker is also there. And I appreciate the contribution of the Kamisa Ben also in the technical, non-technical, ethical, and the other growth of the this profession. And though I'm the first time in the council, though I missed the earlier one, I could not make it in 2015 elections. 2018, by the God's grace and the support from the friends from all across. I'll not simply say that it is the North member only, though pattern of voting was from the North only, but friends from the across. Some maybe from the Indore also, they supported me because so many friends I know, those who are there in the corporates in Delhi and the surrounding area, like in Gurgaon also, in Delhi also, Noida also, they are from different cities of the country. So they also goes in the hand holding with each one of us. That is the collaborative. That is the approach we have to move with. That is as a team. So same is with the commercial growth also, for the growth of the financials also. So friends, with these words, over to this the chairman or the whosoever is the coordinator from the Indore branch. I'm very thankful to them for the inviting me here. Thank you all. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Hansraj bhai, for wonderful deliberation, sir. You have covered entire thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for updating us about various global opportunities available for chartered accountants. And yes, today the Indian CA qualification is well recognized in many countries, and we find that many young Indian CA are able to take up attractive global career. And these all happening under your leadership. So thank you once again, sir. And I am sure that in coming period, in this globalized area, ICI will spread its wing in the vast canopy of the existing global market. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Now, moving forward, I would like to introduce our second technical session speaker, Mr. Pankaj S. Pariyar, sir. He is holding position of director in Skill Maestro. He is MBA in Finance and Information System from New York. He is a recipient of full-time MBA scholarship, having corporate experience of more than 6 years in marketing domain, work with ICCA New York, a KPMG New York consulting associate. He has helped thousands of candidates to gain admission to top rank B school in the world, many with merit scholarships. Proven track record of increasing candidates score in GRE, GMAT, SAT. I welcome you, sir, and request you to please enlighten us with your knowledge on the topic. Now over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ankush ji. Thank you, Harsh ji. And thank you, Hansraj sir, for giving us such an enlightening session. Thank you, other panel members and participants who are here. So today I'm going to talk about what opportunities we can see beyond India, beyond this geographical location, what career and professional opportunities chartered accountants can go for. So speaking from my personal experience in last 10 years, I've helped a lot of chartered accountants to explore opportunities outside. A lot of students have gone and passed to do their MBAs or masters in finance from different countries, and later on they have landed with good career opportunities over there. So education is just one medium. There are several other mediums which we are going to talk about today, through which you can explore these opportunities. And as rightly pointed out by Hansraj sir, because of this global economy and because of this pandemic, where remote working has become a necessity, it has opened up a lot of career opportunities for every one of us. We can take up a lot of outsourcing work from there. So traditionally, it's just IT which has dominated our outsourcing industry, right? So within Indore also, you can see there are several IT companies which are taking up work from US, Australia, from other countries. But same thing has come into accounting as well, which is not so prevalent right now in Indore, but slowly and gradually it is coming up. So we'll be talking about what steps at this point of time you can take in order to start your own accounting outsourcing firm also. What is the connection network that you have to use, from where you can start. So we'll be covering all that within the session. And after that, if you have any questions, you guys can openly ask me about it, right? So I'll begin with my presentation. Just give me a moment. So all of us are mostly aware about CA career opportunities within India, right? We can go to Big Four, we can start our own venture, we can get into taxation, we can get into auditing. So I'm going to touch upon few aspects which usually people are not aware about, or maybe they can explore their career opportunities in those sectors. Just a moment. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen right now, the shared screen.
Yes, it's visible. Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So basically, we'll talk about career opportunities for chartered accountants outside India, not only in terms of education, but other career opportunities as well. So let's look at what all options are available. If somebody who is chartered accountant within India, he wants to go outside and explore opportunities. So one very usual option is higher education, right? So in fact, the young chartered accountants who have recently graduated, who have recently completed their professional certification and have got 2-3 years of experience, 4 years of experience, and do have flexibility of taking up one more degree or higher education, this is one of the good ways to go about it. I'll be discussing in the upcoming slides, subsequent slides, about what kind of options are there in higher education. Then second very lucrative option has come up, which is gaining permanent residency in few countries which are very receptive to Indian chartered accountants. And there are actually a lot of opportunities. If you gain your permanent residency in those countries, you can clear their licenses. You can practice as a chartered accountant within those countries. You can establish your own practice within Australia, Canada, New Zealand. So we'll be talking about that aspect also. And third, the important very important option, which none of us are considering so far, is starting our own knowledge process outsourcing. As Hansraj sir already pointed it out, that this year, he is encouraging everybody to have some dollars and pounds which you can start billing from within Indore, sitting over here. You can charge it from the clients and you can actually make money out of those economies. So which makes which makes a lot of sense. Reason being, why to keep ourselves restricted to only Indian subcontinent and targeting only Indian clients? Why not to target places where actually payout is more geographically, and you can actually remotely target those clients just by sitting in Indore. You don't have to be physically present in US, Canada, and Australia to target those clients. There are mediums and ways to target those people, which we'll be discussing in our subsequent slides. So let's start with the first thing, which is higher education options. So usually chartered accountants, they have these kind of options. CA वैसे तो इंडिया में अपने आप में ही सबसे बड़ा qualification consider किया जाता है, right? Still, a lot of chartered accountants, after completing their CA, these are the career options they usually think about. So one being MBA, Masters of Business Administration, which they can do from outside countries. So in past, several chartered accountants from our institute, they have gone for MBA programs in top ranking universities. सो एक मिथ भी है कि क्या हमारी डिग्री या हमारा क्वालिफिकेशन वहाँ के जॉब सिनेरियो में काउंट करेगा, which actually counts. A lot of CA students who have gone in past, they have given me the feedback that because of their Indian chartered accountancy, that qualification, they were seen in good eyes by their employers and recruiters. Their resumes were shortlisted because employers over there also, they are well aware about this, that how difficult it is to become CA within India. So obviously, one of the qualities which is reflected is that you were diligent with your studies. You have actually covered all those aspects. So you are a hardworking student. That one quality is reflected: perseverance, diligence, because of which employers are keen on taking you. So as a higher degree option, you can think about getting into MBA, maybe finance, MBA in accounting, and you can work with big fours within Australia, US, Canada, UK, any of these countries where you're going for your MBA programs. अब वहाँ पे भी बिग फोर की प्रेजेंस है ही, तो आप डेलॉइट, अर्नस्ट एंड यंग, इनके पास भी ऑडिटिंग प्रैक्टिशनर्स, टैक्स प्रैक्टिशनर्स, ऑल ऑफ दीज पोजीशंस आर ओपन ओवर देयर. It's just that directly sitting from India, if you try to apply for those opportunities, you'll not be entertained. So this is one medium, the education is one medium which will pave a way to those opportunities. अगर आप वहाँ पढ़ने जाते हैं तो आप अपने resume पे उस country का education and credibility develop कर रहे हैं, and those credentials are going to help you to get into these jobs. So one of the options that you can think about is getting into the MBA programs. A lot of my students who were chartered accountants, they have gone for masters in finance or financial risk management. So I think one of the participants today, CA Riddhi Nagpal, is there, who's attending the session, and she was my student who went for masters in finance in Baruch College, Zicklin School of Business, the City University of New York, from where I have graduated. I did my MBA from there. So Riddhi is currently pursuing her masters in finance program from there, which again is a good value addition in your degree. If you're already a chartered accountant, you're well versed with the accounting practices, right? Adding up that with a finance degree opens up a lot of opportunities where companies are willing to take you because of your accounting as well as financial knowledge. Then financial risk management positions are also open. Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm disabling the annotation. I think somebody by mistake has, right. So financial risk management again is one of the career option which chartered accountants can look for. This is again a degree program which is being offered in countries like US, UK, Canada, Australia, and you can go for these options. There are multiple opportunities over there. And masters in accounting is again a good field to go for, which chartered accountants might think that why to go for masters in accounting if I already have a CA qualification, right? It is just to give you an entry to a foreign country where maybe your degree is not that recognized or your qualification is not meeting their licensing requirement. So as a value addition, you can take masters in accounting to enter their country, and later on you can take up the recognition of their CPA or whatever their accounting accreditation is. You can later on take that one. Then this is a new field which I think Hemesha ma'am and Hansraj sir were mentioning, that within accounting practices now analytics and information system have entered, right? So all the companies, see, accountant are not just playing with they are not just restricted to the bookkeeping part, not just to the bookkeeping aspect, but they are looking beyond that also. With all those balance sheet and numbers, there is huge amount of data that can give you insights and information about the company, where exactly it is going, how it is going to perform. So for all those projections and predictions, a lot of companies, in fact, all the big fours, EY, Deloitte, if you see, they have started recruiting people in the analytics position, the accounting analytics professional. These are the people who know how to play with data along with the accounting knowledge. So there are some IT related tools like SAS, SQL, R programming, which accounting professionals are using in order to generate some good insights from that data. Some companies are using these accounting analytics software to detect fraud within the transaction. Fraud analytics is another extension to this field. Making good decision making using softwares, using the past historical data. That is what the accounting analytics is about. So a lot of young graduates are exploring these options also in US, Canada, Australia. They are going for their masters in accounting information system. This is a good extension because you already know about accounting. If you make yourself technically versed अगर आप IT के साथ अपने को अपडेट कर सकते हैं, learning few softwares and few database languages, you can actually pave a way for very good career opportunities for yourself, which is accounting analytics. This is currently in huge demand right now, and very few qualified professionals are there. Like if you try to look at US job market, there is actually requirement of around 250,000 professionals within analytics, and उतने professionals हैं नहीं वहाँ पे अभी. So again, this is opening up a lot of opportunities for you if you're interested in going for accounting analytics coursework. Going to the next slide. What are the best countries when it comes to accounting higher education? Like if you would like to go for accounting related courses, what are the good countries? So depending upon your coursework, countries could be different. Like for example, if I talk about accounting, the good countries to go for accounting is UK, Australia, Ireland, and Canada. Reason being, first of all, our accounting practices are actually very close to what they are following in their countries. Second thing, Indian accountants, they do get good job opportunities within these countries. Their qualification is recognized. You can in fact practice CPA further or their own chartered accountancy. आप कुछ exams clear करके या कुछ further paper clear करके आप उनके यहाँ पे अपना एक designation भी as a CA you can practice over there. So these are the countries which we usually recommend if it comes to accounting higher career options. You should be going for UK, Australia, Ireland, and Canada. If it comes to finance education, if you would like to explore finance as an area, then US, Canada, and Ireland, these three are the best countries to go for to make careers within finance. US obviously being the cynosure of the world when it comes to finance, especially the East Coast area, New York, Boston, Philadelphia. If you see these locations, there are plenty of financial opportunities. In fact, Wall Street is the financial capital, which we call. So there are plenty of jobs available over there. So if you're getting into any place near to New York and you're doing your studies over there, it will open up a lot of opportunities for you. So you can probably think about those career options. Let's talk about the second thing which I was mentioning. If you don't want to go for education and you think that if I get a direct entry to any country, can I look for those options? So that is through permanent residency. आप अपने PR के through apply कर सकते हैं and you can get into any of the countries on your permanent residency. Right. So let's talk about two countries where PR is easy to get. PR अभी सबसे easily जो दो countries दे रही हैं, that is Australia and Canada. Very receptive, very easy to get. You have to qualify their point-based system. Both have kept a point qualification. अब वो देख लेते हैं कि वो points किस चीज के मिलते हैं. If you qualify for those points, you can easily get your PR in these countries. Right? I'll talk about advantages of PR, what exactly you can get through PR. We'll also talk about that. So on what basis PR is given? So it is a point-based system, as I suggested, in which you get points for your age, education, qualification, skill set, work experience, and in English language proficiency. So all of these would contribute to your permanent residency points. आपकी जितनी young age होगी, आपको उसके ज़्यादा points मिलते हैं in these countries. Reason being, all the countries, they want to attract young talents, young resources within their countries. So provided if you have young age, you might have a leverage, you will get more points for that. Again, when it comes to education, if you have a postgraduate degree along with an undergrad education, you'll be given more points. Just with the undergrad degree, आपके points तो रहेंगे, पर PG के साथ आपके points ज़्यादा बढ़ जाते हैं. Then it also comes to your skill set. Skill set is basically, and the good part about your profession, being chartered accountant, is that the skill set are always in dearth. इनकी हमेशा रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं इन सब कंट्रीज में. दैट्स वाई आप किसी भी कंट्री में जब देखेंगे उनकी शॉर्ट स्किल कैटेगरी लिस्ट होती है. whether it is Australia, whether it is Canada, you'll see कि उनके यहाँ पे जो सबसे ज़्यादा डिमांड में स्किल सेट होते हैं उसमें you'll usually see in top 10 skills accounting always is mentioned, right? तो आपको इसके स्किल सेट के पॉइंट्स काफ़ी ज़्यादा मिल जाते हैं. बीइंग इनटू अकाउंटिंग एंड हैविंग दैट काइंड ऑफ वर्क एक्सपीरियंस, आपके स्किल सेट का वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो उसके भी आपके पॉइंट्स ऐड होते हैं. देन ईयर्स ऑफ वर्क एक्सपीरियंस, आपके पास कितने ईयर्स का वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट ऑल्सो कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट्स टू योर पॉइंट्स. And then English language proficiency, which they are judging with examinations like IELTS or Pearson test of English, PT. Two kinds of English tests are there. For Australia, a lot of people, they prefer to give PT, Pearson test of English. And in case of Canada, for PR process, usually people try to give IELTS examination, which is again an English language proficiency. Why they are checking us on this aspect is because they are inviting you to their country. They want to make sure that your skills and all the qualification that you have along with your language proficiency makes you employable in their country, makes you useful in their country. They don't want people who don't have any kind of skill set, who don't have language proficiency to enter and try to just be done with any kind of jobs कि कोई भी jobs pick करें और उसमें opportunities explore करें. So that's why they've kept a strict criteria in which skill set is one of the most important aspect. अगर आपके short skills में आते हैं, आपके जो भी skills हैं, तो आपके लिए points बहुत maximum हो जाते हैं. And this English language proficiency, higher proficiency will fetch you more points. So this is how you qualify for your permanent residency in any of these countries. So the good part being you don't have to pay it to any agents and consultants to do the entire process. आपका जो PR assessment है, आप straight away you can go to these websites. For Australia, you can go to their Immigration Home Affairs website. Over there, you can easily calculate how many points you are qualifying for and whether your profile in terms of education, work experience, dependent, your wife, children, you'll be putting up all that information and you can see how many points are getting accumulated. With that, you can see whether you're qualifying for Australian PR process. You can in fact check same thing for Canadian PR process also. आप अपने पॉइंट का असेसमेंट खुद से ही कर सकते हैं. इसके लिए don't have to hire a consultant or agent. You can do it on your own by going to these website links. You can just put your information. Over there, they'll ask you for a language proficiency score. कि IELTS और PT में आपका स्कोर क्या है. So you can randomly put any scores. IELTS is a 9-band examination होता है जिसमें 4 sections are there: reading, listening, speaking and writing. Each section is of 9 band. And then cumulative also, the average score is taken from 9 only. So when they're asking you for a reading, listening, speaking, writing score, you can put 777 on all these sections to see how much points you are qualifying for, right? So you can do this entire self-assessment to see if your points are qualifying you for a PR process. So let's talk about what exactly is permanent residency. So permanent residency is basically within that country, now you can enter without any restriction, right? But it doesn't mean that PR is not guaranteeing you a job. A lot of people have this misconception that if I qualify for the permanent residency process, that country is going to willingly put me into jobs also, which is not the case. जॉब हंटिंग आपको वैसे ही करनी है जैसे आपने अपने करियर में चालू करी थी व्हेन यू क्वालिफाइड एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट और व्हेन यू वर प्रैक्टिसिंग फॉर योर CA, when you were preparing for your chartered accountancy examinations. That time you were finding articleship within some CA firms, so you were distributing your resume, you were using your network, right? आप अपने फैमिली या अपने फ्रेंड्स में से नेटवर्क को यूज कर करके आर्टिकलशिप फाइंड कर रहे थे. तो सिमिलरली वंस यू क्वालिफाई फॉर PR, द प्रोसेस रिमेन सेम, just like you were hunting jobs within India. You'll have to go over there, you'll have to network with people, you have to put up your resume on various company websites, you'll have to go for interview process, and this is how you'll qualify for jobs over there. So PR doesn't guarantee you a job, but it opens up multitude of opportunities as it removes any work permit restriction, which is a huge barrier for many immigrants. And moreover, आप अपनी कंपनी भी चालू कर सकते हैं, which is the best aspect of getting your PR. Somebody who is not interested in taking up a job, अगर आप में जॉब में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है कि मैं किसी कंट्री इमिग्रेट करके अब मैं अपॉर्चुनिटीज या जॉब ढूंढूं, आप बेटर यू कैन इवन थिंक अबाउट ओपनिंग अप योर ओन कंपनी ऑन अ PR status, which is allowed in Australia, which is allowed in Canada. On PR status, you can open up your own consulting firm, your own accounting outsourcing firm also you can establish. I'll come to that point also. जहाँ पे हम process outsourcing की बात कर रहे थे, वहाँ पे आपको ये PR कैसे help कर सकता है, we'll cover that point also. So next is, what do accountants generally get paid in foreign countries? This is the usual pay that I have seen accountants getting in different countries. So US, it is about $70,000 to $95,000. That is US dollar. The Australia dollar, which is written as Australian dollar. It is not US dollar. The dollar symbol is there, but then जो amount लिखा है, that is an Australian dollar. So it is 55 to 75,000 Australian dollars. Within US, it is roughly, I think it is 45 to 50 lakhs. That is what accountants are getting paid. Within Australia, it is about 35 to 40 lakhs. Within Ireland, it is more or less same. Within Canada also, it is about 35 to 40 lakhs. So this is the general standard pay for all of these countries to their accountants or chartered accountants. This is what they're getting paid. So I'm just showing this to help you understand what career opportunities are there. If you move to these countries on PR or maybe education, these are the kind of financial opportunities that you can expect. Next, a lot of people might have apprehension that with my kids, with my family, with because now I'm married, I don't want to move out. What opportunities can I explore from India? Like sitting at India, can I do something worthwhile? So again, as Hansraj sir was mentioning about the KPOs, which government is trying to facilitate, and in fact the ICAI is pushing up and making a lot of efforts to introduce this concept and making it more prevalent. So you can even think about opening up your own knowledge process outsourcing. So basically knowledge process outsourcing क्या होती है, आपके accounting practices में भी आजकल बहुत popular हो चुका है कि lot of accounting firms in Australia, US, UK, Canada, they usually do not hire accountants over there because obviously आपने देखा कि कितना pay करना पड़ता है. It is about 30-35 lakhs for a single accountant, and maybe if he is in US, it will be about 45-50 lakhs of salary you'll have to give to one accountant. Same kind of work these companies can outsource to some Indian KPOs, Indian companies को outsource कर सकती हैं. वो Indian companies यही काम hourly basis पे बहुत कम rate पे कर देती हैं, right? We can become somebody who can start these KPOs, and we can charge on hourly basis, and we can do that entire work of those companies. So it sounds very lucrative, but again, it's not very easy. There is a step-by-step approach which you have to follow if you would like to establish your own KPO, which we'll be talking about in the subsequent slides. सो केपीओ तो आप समझ गए होंगे, आईटी में ये चीज बड़ी पॉपुलर है, राइट? विद इन इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एंड सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनीज, यू माइट हैव वर्कड विद लॉट ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनीज. आप उनका ऑडिटिंग भी देखते होंगे, उनके फॉरेन के रेमिटेंस भी आपने देखे होंगे. सो विद इन आईटी इट इज वेरी कॉमन टू हैव एन आउटसोर्सिंग यूनिट वेयर दोज फॉरेन कंपनीज आर गिविंग देयर technology software development work to Indian IT companies. Reason again being, it is very cheap over here to do those kind of work. राइट? आपके लिए भी आज इंदौर जैसी जगह पे जहाँ कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग बहुत लो है, जहाँ पे किसी आर्टिकल को आपको उतना पे नहीं करना पड़ता है, फॉर अस द अकाउंटिंग वर्क, again we are not spending that much to do those things, right? So it's very easy for us to pick up these outsourcing work, and we can do it at 1/10 of cost. हम लोग 1/10 या 1/15 of the cost पे कर सकते हैं for the money that these companies are paying to their employees over there. So what exactly is a knowledge process outsourcing? It's like many companies based in US, UK, Australia, and Canada want to outsource their auditing, taxation, bookkeeping, and other accounting services to countries where it can be done cheaply. So India comes into the picture, and again, because we are English speaking country, these countries are very open to give us work, because the mode of communication and that is English, in which both the parties are comfortable, so it's easy to facilitate a business, right? They are also looking for reliable partners or associates who can keep the confidentiality of clients' data and can provide error-free services. Which again, because apna jo ICAI hai, that is very strong on ethics, right? Strong code of conduct is being followed, because of which we usually follow a lot of compliance practices already that creates trust factors. And these companies outside, they are willing to give their confidentiality of data to us, but there are certain things which they'll be looking at. We'll talk about those things. So what is the first step in order to proceed? If you would like to establish your own KPO, what is the first step you can take? So building credentials and trust, that is the first thing. Obviously, if you would like to pick up any work from these companies, you have to understand their auditing, taxing structure, what kind of taxation rules are there, what auditing practices are there. So you'll have to be well versed with their accounting practices. So one of the things which you can do in order to build up that credentials and trust is to complete the CPA, right? So US has its own CPA, Canada has its own CPA, Australia has its own CPA certification. Good part being ICI has memorandum of understanding with all of these countries, because of which you will not have to study that much to clear your certification. आपको कुछ hours का पढ़ के, I think it's about 40 hours, you have to study for your CPA in order to get the qualification of any of these countries, right? You can be recognized as their CPA, right? US CPA recognize हो सकते हैं, or you can gain qualification of Canadian CPA or Australian CPA by clearing their CPA qualification and examination. The benefit it gives you is that you develop credentials and trust. First of all, you also get familiar with the taxation rules, laws, and auditing practices of these targeted countries, and especially with their softwares, जो वहाँ पे बहुत, जैसे आपके यहाँ पे Tally बहुत famous है, So Hansraj sir was mentioning QuickBooks, Sage, Peachtree. So all of these are famous softwares and tools which are very prevalent in their accounting practices. So if you try to complete your CPA, you build up good trust. You also build up good network of professionals, बिकॉज सीपीए बॉडी को जब आप बिलोंग करते हैं तो जिस तरीके का आपको आईसीआई के थ्रू सेशंस मिल रहे हैं, सिमिलरली सीपीए as a body conducts lot of these information and networking sessions whereby you can have access to those companies, those people from where you would like to take up your work, जहां से आप अपना काम या आउटसोर्सिंग उठाना चाह रहे हैं, उस तरह की नेटवर्किंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी आपको सीपीए कैन प्रोवाइड यू. You'll have to know of accounting practices of targeted country. That is must, which I think CPA is going to cover. If you try to cover your CPA, this is one of the things that will cover within that. Next, let's talk about, if I'm done with the first step, what is the next step? So it is about starting small. We obviously cannot go to US directly and start pitching it to the companies and taking up work from there जब तक हमें certainty नहीं हो. तो इसके लिए हम क्या steps यहीं से बैठ के छोटे छोटे ले सकते हैं to build up our own small KPO setup. So the first thing that you guys can do is that you can look for freelance opportunities from upworkfreelance.com. So Upwork is a website where a lot of these companies in US, Canada, Australia, they are putting up their accounting related outsourcing work, right? That we need somebody to take care of our bookkeeping for next 1 year, 6 months, right? So you as a KPO or you as a freelancer who has knowledge of those accounting practices or bookkeeping, you can pitch your hourly pay and then you can take up that work. So maybe initially the pay is small, right? आपके first few assignments crack करना मुश्किल होते हैं क्योंकि इन वेबसाइट्स पे भी आपका प्रोफाइल डेवलप होना पड़ता है. Upwork and freelance.com पे भी when you go, you'll find that there are several accounting firms which have already established their reputation over there. They have good profile. So initially it would be hard to get the clients, right? But it is a similar practice. If you are doing your own practice in India, you must be knowing that initially it was hard, but then by a referral, you got a lot of people. आपने एक कंपनी का काम उठाया, उसका अच्छे से करके देना आपने चालू किया, that company or client referred you to other clients, and that's how you started building up your reputation and network. Similarly, first few assignments would be challenging, but if you constantly go and pitch on Upwork and freelance.com, start very small, take up some bookkeeping or very ordinary work, uska early pay pe karke, you try to deliver that work diligently, you'll get good ratings and points for that. The clients will put up good reviews. The best part being, if somebody is impressed with your work, they give it to you permanently. आप लोगों के प्रैक्टिस में सबसे अच्छी चीज क्या है कि अगर आपके पास कोई क्लाइंट आ जाता है, so next few years तक he'll stay with you only. ऐसा नहीं है अकाउंटिंग में कभी भी people do not change their accountants every year. Why? Because the accountant now has thorough understanding of your business, the way things are moving. So there's some kind of understanding which has already been developed, which would become very difficult if he has to approach to a new accountant. So within accounting services, people try to keep things for long term, which is something जो आपको यहाँ पे मिलेगा. अगर आपने अपवर्क पे कोई एक क्लाइंट भी उठाया, freelance.com पे एक क्लाइंट भी उठाया, maybe he has given you work for 6 months, 3 months, or maybe it was a one-time assignment he has given to you, but that will obviously create a long-term relationship with that client, and that client can refer you to more clients, and that's how you can build up your profile and business over there. Plus this also gives you good learning ground and opportunity to understand कि इनके practices में ये लोग करते क्या हैं. आप डायरेक्टली कोई बड़ा क्लाइंट उठाएं, उसके साथ गलतियों से सीखें. इससे अच्छा है कि if I do it with a small client and I try to learn it from the mistakes I'm making, it's better I'll create a good reputation for myself so that I can pitch it to bigger clients also. Once you'll become confident by taking small assignments, आप उसको बड़े पैमाने पे भी ले जा सकते हैं बाद में. So this is one opportunity you can explore, freelance opportunities from Upwork and freelance.com. मैंने कुछ इसके स्क्रीनशॉट भी लिए हैं कि किस तरह के काम यहाँ पे अभी आते हैं, तो आप वहां से चालू कर सकते हैं अपनी प्रैक्टिसेस डेवलप करना. इनिशियली यू माइट फील कि ये बहुत छोटी चीजें हैं, बट ट्रस्ट मी, ऑल दी बिग केपीओज व्हिच आर वर्किंग इन दिल्ली, गुड़गांव, नोएडा, हैदराबाद, जिनके पास अकाउंटिंग के लिए ही 200-300 एम्प्लॉइज हैं, दे ऑल स्टार्टेड विद अ वेरी स्मॉल स्केल. They all started with a single transaction, single assignment, but now they expanded to 100 employees, 200 employees. So they all started small. तो आप ऐसा अंडर एस्टिमेट मत करना. आपकी हम्बल बिगनिंग्स हो सकती हैं, छोटे असाइनमेंट्स हो सकते हैं, बट इन फ्यूचर इट्स गोइंग टू ऑगमेंट लाइक एनीथिंग. ये बढ़ेगा आपका. So these are few recommendations which I'm making कि आप कहाँ से चालू कर सकते हैं. So you can build up a good website and add security features and trust factors in that, because obviously a foreign client is little hesitant in giving you work until and unless he doesn't see you as a very trustworthy partner. So आपको अपनी वेबसाइट पे अपने बारे में बताना चाहिए, अपने credentials वहाँ पे रखने चाहिए. So all of these things you should be mentioning over there, right? So अपना CP अगर आपने किया है तो आप उसको वहाँ पे दिखाइए. Why that firm should be choosing you? Put up those credentials over there so that people can trust you. रीचिंग आउट टू इंडियन CPAs, ये एक बहुत अच्छा तरीका है. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ से बैठे काम उठाना मुश्किल है, which obviously is, so you can reach out to Indian CPAs who already have their old practice in US, UK, Australia and Canada. So there are a lot of small firms जहाँ पे Indian CPAs या तो employed हैं या they themselves are running those firms in US, UK, Australia and Canada. Indian CPAs को approach करना फिर भी easy है because you being Indian, they'll look you with that trust factor, right? क्योंकि आप यहाँ के CA हैं तो obviously एक common community of fraternity आप लोगों के बीच में रहती है. इस कारण से Indian CPAs they tend to trust you easily. उनसे काम निकलवाना easy हो सकता है. So for example, somebody who is running a CPA who is running his accounting firm in UK, you can pitch him that I can take up your work and I can do it in India at so and so rate. I can charge hourly rates पे मैं इतना इतना charge कर सकता हूँ आपको. And from there you can take up some small assignments and work, develop good trust, and you can take a lot of work from there. Referrals भी आएंगे, उससे आपका काम भी बढ़ेगा. तो आप अब CPAs को आप कहाँ reach out कर सकते हैं? So I think LinkedIn has become a very good platform, right? So if you are very active on LinkedIn, you can see what CPAs are active in different territories in US, UK, Australia. Try to connect them on LinkedIn and try to approach small firms that are ready to give you work. Small firms यानी कोई रेस्टोरेंट हो सकता है, कोई कैफे शॉप हो सकता है, कोई स्मॉल एंटरप्राइजेस हो सकता है. रिमेंबर वी आर ट्राइंग टू स्टार्ट स्मॉल. ठीक है, तो पहले दिन से शायद हमें कोई बड़ी फर्म या कंपनी काम नहीं दे देगी, बट इफ यू ट्राई टू स्टार्ट स्मॉल, टारगेटिंग स्मॉल रेस्टोरेंट्स, कैफे शॉप्स थ्रू रेफरल्स, आपको काम मिलता जाएगा. एंड दीज स्मॉल रेस्टोरेंट्स अकेले आप न्यूयॉर्क में इमेजिन करेंगे, सो दे आर मोर देन, आई थिंक देयर आर अबाउट 25 और 30,000 तो कैफेज हैं वहाँ पे. Restaurants तो मैं गिन ही नहीं रहा हूँ, just the cafe shops are 20-25,000. So imagine what kind of work opportunities are there. और वहाँ पे book keeping is pretty expensive. So आप छोटे छोटे firms को भी अगर cater करें तो you can actually target big chunk of business. A few of you are asking me questions. I'll just complete these slides quickly and I'll come to your question answer. Just a moment. So what things are required? As I said that a good website, a trustworthy website that you have to create. Then second thing is to have Skype calling numbers for US, UK, because cold calling is also required. Once you have identified, okay, these are the restaurants or these are the clients that I want to target, you'll have to pitch it to those clients. Why to outsource their bookkeeping work to you guys, right? So you'll have to recruit staff that is proficient in speaking English with good accent and good in convincing the prospects of cold leads. Try to generate the cold leads. Investing in Google AdWords is must. If you would like to have opportunities within AdWords पे आप डाल सकते हैं. जैसे if I try to see bookkeeping services in Indore, so you should be coming in the at least in the top 10, top 21. So Google AdWords helps you to get into that page rank, getting into your first page ad space. Although it's pretty expensive, but अगर आपको इनिशियली चालू करना है तो आप यहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट करके देखिए. गूगल एडवर्ड से बहुत बिजनेस आते हैं, तो आप डिफरेंट टेरिटरीज के लिए अपने एडवर्ड्स चला सकते हैं. फॉर यूएस, यूके, यूएस में भी दे आर डिफरेंट 50 स्टेट्स आर देयर. So for every state also you can use Google AdWords. For Texas, maybe for New York, for New Jersey. So you can use Google AdWords to promote your services of accounting outsourcing over there. Putting up client case studies and testimonials about cost savings. This is something must which a lot of us are not doing, I think. Whenever I visited the websites of chartered accountants, this is something which is missing. You should actually be putting case studies and testimonials of your past clients. That again develops credibility, how you have helped them in cutting the cost, how you have helped them in saving their taxes. ये चीजें अगर आप डालना चालू करेंगे तो अगेन जो क्लाइंट्स बाहर के हैं वो जब आपकी वेबसाइट विजिट करेंगे, they'll see these case studies, they'll read it, and with this testimonials it creates kind of good impression and credibility for your services. Provide consultancy to Indian companies having establishment in abroad. So a lot of, इनफैक्ट इंदौर की बहुत सारी आईटी कंपनीज है जिन्होंने अपनी प्रैक्टिसेस बाहर स्टैब्लिश कर रखी हैं. इनफैक्ट एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट आई नो समकित सर हैज हेल्प्ड लॉट ऑफ इंडियन इंदौर आईटी कंपनीज to establish their practices in US, to start their LLPs over there. So you can start that way also. You can provide consultancy to Indian companies who are establishing their practices abroad. So obviously they require somebody for the corporation of the company to check all the legal requirements. So again, in that way also you can start. You can assist any Indian IT companies to establish their practices in foreign, and that's how you can develop good network. Attending accounting trade fairs and conferences in targeted countries. So if you try to Google this particular thing, ट्रेड फेयर्स बहुत रेगुलर होते हैं. अभी कोविड सिचुएशन के कारण ये चीज हॉल्ट पे आ गई है, बट वर्चुअली बहुत सारे ट्रेड फेयर्स हो रहे हैं. So within accounting trade fairs, all the companies they come up, right? You will get access to clients as someone who is owner of a KPO. You can participate in these trade fairs and conferences, and you will be meeting the clients over there to whom you can pitch about your services and practices. So अभी तो ये ट्रेड फेयर्स वर्चुअली हो रहे हैं. आप गूगल करेंगे तो आपको ऐसे बहुत सारे ऑनलाइन ट्रेड फेयर्स मिल जाएंगे फॉर यूएस, यूके, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, कनाडा. ऑल दीज ट्रेड फेयर्स ऑब्वियसली हैव अ पार्टिसिपेटिंग फी जो आप पे करके you can get access to all the people who are coming in those trade fairs. This again creates good network of professionals through which you can have. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे वहाँ के चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स आते हैं, वहाँ की बहुत सारी फर्म्स पार्टिसिपेट करती हैं जिनसे आप पिच कर सकते हैं उनका काम यहाँ पे उठाने के लिए, आउटसोर्सिंग वर्क, राइट. So this is what Upwork में जिस तरह की opportunities अभी मैंने देखी हैं, this is the kind of work that is coming. So this particular post was this was posted 2 days ago on Upwork. This was bookkeeping for Hong Kong company for year of 2019 plus Zero setup and maintenance. So these guys are looking for a bookkeeper accountant to help them with books for Hong Kong company for the year this. This is the kind of pay they are expecting to give, right? Depending upon your qualification and what competency you have in order to take up the work, they have a pay rate of $15 to $40 per hour, right? Which again, to start with, is a good pay. आप यहाँ से चालू करिए, and this project length is for more than 6 months. तो अगर आपको हर week 20 hours का भी काम मिल रहा है, which is about $800 a week. If I try to do it monthly, it is $3,200 for me. And if I do it for 6 months, so that is again a good amount of money that I'm getting, right? So आप इस तरह की बहुत सारी postings वहाँ पे आती हैं जिनके लिए आप pitch कर सकते हैं. You can create your profile on Upwork and these websites, Elance, Freelance, Upwork, यहाँ पे आते हैं. ये एक और post है bookkeeping पे. So again, they are looking for very entry level services. यहाँ पे बहुत कम है, तो आप चाहें तो to start small, you can pitch for these kind of opportunities. आप यहाँ से उठा सकते हैं चीजें, right? So this is all from my side. This is what I wanted to convey to you. I'll be taking question and answers now. So Gaurav ji is asking, I had received assignment from Germany and has knowledge of German laws. Can I set up an office in Germany? So
these are the questions जो कि members की तरफ से आए हुए हैं, तो मैंने chat option में आपको
okay. Looking for a very entry level service. Okay, so somebody is asking that they have got assignment from Germany and knowledge of German laws. Can I set up an office in Germany? So every country is giving you freedom to establish your own office. Like in US, I'm pretty much clear about this. US and Canada, they both have this practice of you can establish your own LLP just by sitting in India. You don't have to even visit US in order to set up a company. So for German laws, I'm not sure. But if we try to search it more on Google, I think we can get this information about the German laws. Another question is being asked. I want to move Australia. What skill set, apart from technical knowledge, is required to be successful? Do you think that COVID pandemic has affected demand of Indian CS globally? If yes, whether positive? So this is a momentary situation. As far as we can see, COVID is not going to remain forever. So obviously all industries have seen the impact of COVID. Business is on slowdown, but recovery will also be good in most of the countries. What we can see, V-shaped recovery is taking place. So V-shaped recovery is कि जैसे जैसे quickly नीचे गिरी थी economy, उतनी quickly ऊपर भी आने वाली है. तो ये momentary situation है, but this will not remain forever. In fact, all of these countries, they are always looking for accountants. यहाँ पे accountant professionals जितने होते हैं, उनकी हमेशा कमी रहती है. So whoever has asked the question, trust me, you'll always have opportunities if you go to any of these countries. Initially, there'll be some sort of struggle. आप डायरेक्टली ये नहीं सोच सकते कि जाते से आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल जाएगी. अगेन you'll have to start small. You'll have to apply for opportunities over there. But gradually, trust me, you'll get paid like anything. Accountants in these places, accountants को बहुत अच्छा पैसा मिलता है इन सब जगहों पे. So even if you would like to move to Australia, my personal recommendation is apply for your PR first of all, right? Try to get your CPA and then move to Australia and look for opportunities over there. That could be the best way to get good career opportunities over there.
One question from Aditi.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है फ्रॉम अदिति जैन.
I am a new mother. I want to start again with professional services, preferring work from home some months. How shall I start? So just Aditi, the things which I mentioned right now, that you started from Upwork and freelance, Elance, these kind of websites where some bookkeeping or small kind of work is coming up. आप वहाँ से चालू करिए. Slowly and gradually you'll develop a good profile for yourself, and then you can pick up bigger assignments and bigger pays, hourly pays. So you can start small. And the good part about these opportunities, the good part that I can see is that remotely you can take up these opportunities. You don't have to go to client's location, collect their files and data, physically present hona zaruri nahi hai. All these things can be done remotely. So you can start picking up these opportunities. Try to visit Upwork and these websites, create your profile over there. That's how you can start.
सर एक मेंबर का सवाल है कि व्हाट इज ट्रांसक्रिप्ट ऑफ सीए डिग्री फॉर यूएसए सीपीए कोर्स.
So transcript is basically, sir, another form of your grades and mark sheet which you are getting from your chartered body. So usually क्या होता है university admission process में भी, within university, for example, you have done your BCom from DAVV University. So DAVV University would issue you transcripts. Transcripts will have same description of what subjects you have studied, what grades you have achieved in that. It is basically a replica of your mark sheet with a heading of transcripts over it. So why this document is required? Because you can physically send a copy of this to anybody. आपको US CPA को भेजना है, आप उसको फिजिकल ये कॉपी भेज सकते हैं. आपको वहाँ की यूनिवर्सिटीज को भेजना है तो आप उसको फिजिकल कॉपी भेज सकते हैं, क्योंकि आप अपनी ओरिजिनल जो आपकी डिग्री या मार्कशीट है आप उसको, क्योंकि इट्स अ सिंगल कॉपी, यू कैन नॉट सेंड इट टू एनीबॉडी, राइट? So in place of that, you usually get transcripts of your credentials, of your education credentials, which you can share it with whosoever is asking for it.
Okay. So one more, please put some more light on Google AdWords.
Google AdWords. So Google AdWords is basically कि जैसे मैं आज सर्च करना चाहता हूँ कि for example, I am looking for text practitioners within Indore. So I'll try to search. I'm writing it on chat box. Text consultants in Indore. So whenever you type anything, Google will give you suggestions also, right? Some organic suggestions are there. Some non-paid suggestions भी होते हैं जो पेज अपनी ऑर्गेनिक रैंकिंग से ऊपर आ गए हैं, क्योंकि उनमें टेक्स्ट कंसल्टेंट्स की बहुत सारी चीजें लिखी होती हैं उनके पेज के अंदर, एंड दोज pages have been visited by several users in past. That's why organically they are coming up. तो वो non-paid pages होते हैं. और कुछ paid pages होते हैं जहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा कि ad word लिखा होता है, ad लिखा होता है, ऐसा लिख देता है Google कि this is ad. So this is basically AdWord which I am suggesting that for this you can pitch. अब ये AdWords usually सस्ते नहीं होते हैं depending upon location. ये AdWords का जो cost है that can change. If you are targeting UK clients, so obviously वो one click per click का charge वहाँ पे मेरे ख्याल से it could be 5 to 10 pounds for one click, which is pretty expensive.
सर इसी से रिलेटेड मेरा एक क्वेश्चन हंसराज सर के लिए है. सर क्या हम गूगल एड सीए कम्युनिटी को, सीए प्रोफेशनल्स को अलाउड है? क्या हम गूगल एड
एडवर्टाइजिंग इज वन ऑफ द प्रैक्टिसेस जो नहीं कर सकते.
Advertising, there are advertising guidelines of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India.
Yes sir.
One cannot go beyond, and naturally very recently there are certain changes in our ethical standards also, the code of conduct also. In the current scenario, we have to look at what is allowed, what is not allowed. Push and pull, there are two methods. So you yourself cannot go for the advertising. The others, if any question comes in, then you can reply with. So there are certain standards to it.
So sir,
if we are, definitely if we are into the corporate structure, then things are little different.
Right. So I'm sorry, I'm not aware about this.
I am having a partnership firm in Indore, and मैं गूगल एड सर्विस यूज करना चाहता हूँ, तो इसके लिए क्या स्पेशल परमिशन लेना पड़ेगा मुझे, या स्पेसिफिकली ये अलाउड नहीं है?
नहीं, ये अलाउड नहीं है तो नहीं है, मतलब इट इज नॉट, इवन द स्पेशल परमिशन इज नॉट बीन अलाउड.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Next question, Ankush.
Sir, one more question, that what are the short courses available on the emerging issues abroad for Indian chartered accountants from ICI?
Hansraj, sir.
Basically, if we really look at the with the change of the time, basically now the scenario is little different, which used to be before. Like if we talk about the IFRS, it is equally applicable in India and so many countries across the globe. So we have a equivalent like Ind AS, maybe some carved out, to which you can add upon, and you will be equal to the IFRS professionals. Same is with the, like if you want to work in the UAE or the Dubai, so you have a VAT. VAT here is, though it is VAT is the another course which has been gone through the GST and the indirect tax committee. So there are the this FAFD courses are there. So these are the different courses which empowers you, which strengthen you to look beyond the boundaries, which gives you a strength of the applicability, which you can apply the minds there also.
Okay, sir. So one more question. As a practicing chartered accountant, in which countries do you foresee the demand for the accounting process outsourcing?
Yeah, basically there are four major countries. Like US is number one. US prefers to get the things done from India. Then Canada is the another country where they prefers to get the things done from India. Australia is the another way, and naturally this UK is the another country which find out yes, Indian chartered accountants are capable enough to serve them up. So these are the major countries, but there are certain smaller countries also where the opportunities for the Indian process accounting process outsourcing are there.
पंकज जी, दिस क्वेश्चन फॉर यू, ये हंसराज जी के क्वेश्चन का एक्सटेंशन है. सो फॉर यूएस, कनाडा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड यूके, which country has ease of living? I mean, if
Ease of living in terms of citizenship.
yeah,
Monetary
citizenship and considering
Financial.
overall financially.
So standard of living, if you talk about, all of these countries have good standard of living. Like if you are getting paid that much, the kind of salaries I was talking about, if you're getting paid that much, then you can enjoy good standard of living. It's just that Canada and Australia, these two countries, they are easier. Uh, they're very flexible when it comes to giving you citizenship. Although pay is not as good as US, pay usually US से कम रहता है इनका. But if I talk about gaining citizenship and looking for a long-term status, that if you would like to become a citizen of any country, then it's easy to get into Canada and Australia. In दो countries में बहुत easy है. बाकी standard of living, trust me, is all same in all of these countries. You'll get all those amenities, good work-life balance, everything else is same. It's just the difference is within Canada and Australia, the pay is not as much as Australia, and standard of living is same. Citizenship का एक benefit जरूर है कि it's easy to get citizenship.
Okay. Next for Chuk sir. Sir, do you think that the members need to learn the foreign language to understand the assignment in other countries?
Yeah, basically you see like this is an added advantage. Communication is always been the first stage. If you are not able to communicate properly with the foreign party, so then though accounting can be there in the in English, yeah, whatever the software they have, but the communication has to be so strong. Like if we talk about within India itself, there are hundreds and hundreds of the languages which at a different part. Like if you go to the Bihar, to the different languages. If one goes to the Punjab, different languages. Maharashtra, different languages. If you are a local guy, so they feel confident. Same way, if you can share the communicate in their local languages, that gives a strength to them, a better connect, better connect. So it's a good to have the language, because internationally it's a few languages which are been there in a particular region. Like if we talk about the French, French is all across Latin America and the other part of the some of the countries. So those can be definitely good for the same way Germany. If we talk about same way Japanese language, where you want to pitch in some basic things to be understood with.
Sir, is there any certification course or some diploma courses for such requirement?
provided by ICI.
Yeah, provided ICI gives us some courses on the different languages, whatsoever, wherever our committee feel like, yes, this area we can grab into. So we have a certificate courses, we have a courses on the languages, which are on a nowadays on the portal also, nowadays through the virtual mode also.
Sir, if firm Indore-based firm want to work with CPA firm uh, outside India, so whether it is allowed or not to work with them, and in what manner we can do this in networking with association
On
or
a
what type of
assignment basis, like they it is a client and the clientee relationship, service
only,
provider
only
and service recipient. Then
can
there
we
is no issue.
can we do any networking or association with them?
Yeah, there is a networking guidelines are under the some जो है under finalization stage.
Okay, sir.
But as on date, if there is a relationship between a client and the clientee, a service provider and the service recipient, they engage you, they get your services, and they it is been paid accordingly. So then there is no bar.
Okay. पंकज सर, आपके लिए एक सवाल है कि कैन वी यूज B1 B2 वीजा टू गेट सम वर्क फ्रॉम यूएस?
So B1 B2, but then a company has to sponsor you for that. B1 B2 basically is a visitor visa, right? On visitor visa, if you go and you try to have interviews with the companies, first of all, none of the companies would be interested in taking you on B1 visa. B2 is a business based visa on which you can go for short term assignments. For a meeting, client meeting, you can go. So again, on that, you're not allowed to have employment opportunities. So if you go on B1 B2 and you start applying to companies over there, first thing is we are breaking the law of that country. Second thing, the employers will not be entertaining us because of this कि B1 B2 पे आके आप क्यों जॉब्स के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो? आप तो टूरिस्ट वीजा पे आए हो या बिजनेस पर्पस के लिए आए हो, तो यू आर ओनली अलाउड टू डू दोज थिंग्स. Why to? अब आपके पास कोई ऐसा सोर्स है who is ready to give you employment opportunity, then it's a different thing. But on B1 B2, we are not allowed to take up job opportunities, and employers, they usually refrain people from sponsoring on B1 and B2 क्योंकि आपका जो वर्क वीजा होता है यूएस के लिए, दैट इज H1B. सो B1 से H1B का कन्वर्जन बहुत मुश्किल होता है. F1 विच इज अ स्टूडेंट वीजा, उस पर आपका H1B कन्वर्जन बहुत ईजिली हो जाता है. सो वर्क वीजा आपको स्टूडेंट वीजा के बाद बहुत ईजिली मिल सकता है. डायरेक्ट एज अ टूरिस्ट और अ बिजनेस प्रॉस्पेक्ट और क्लाइंट मीटिंग के बेसिस पे आपको H1B वर्क वीजा मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है.
हंसराज सर, आपके लिए है एक सवाल. स्टार्टिंग केपीओ बाय सीए फर्म एंड अप्रोचिंग कस्टमर्स आउटसाइड इन द नेम ऑफ सीए फर्म is being allowed by institute or not?
Basically, approaching is not a basically if you are targeting one individual clients, so then there is no issue. But if it is like it does not sounds to be an advertisement, it does not sounds to be an advertisement. Suppose you have targeted one clients, you can definitely refer, give your profile there, and start talking to them, starts approaching them. Then there is no issue. If you start giving like an advertisement in the TV there, or giving some kind of advertisement of that nature, which is not been allowed, so then it is not allowed.
सर, एक और सवाल है कि what do you think that COVID pandemic has affected demand of Indian CS globally? If yes, whether positively or negatively?
Basically, there are two segments. Like if we talk about the, as far as the engagement, like if we talk about the, and in the employment naturally it has gone down because the economy all across is down. But if we talk about the services by the Indian chartered accountants to the overseas, it is growing. It has not impacted, rather it is on the growth path because people have started looking like on the economy side, this is better option, this is more economical, this is more as far as the cost saving for them, because employment is costlier than the going to the outsourcing mechanism.
सर, एक प्रोग्राम आपका 6 अगस्त को एक वर्चुअल प्रोग्राम हुआ था, वेबिनार जॉइंट वेंचर इन इंडिया एंड इंटरेक्टिव सेशन फॉर फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स ऑन बिल्डिंग पार्टनरशिप इन द कंट्री. सर, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम था. इस टाइप के कुछ प्रोग्राम्स और हम चाहते हैं कि अपार्ट ऑफ दैट मेट्रो सिटीज, इंदौर ब्रांच और छोटी ब्रांच में भी ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स का इंफॉर्मेशन हमें पहले से मिलता रहे और ऐसे प्रोग्राम और हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है कि ऐसे प्रोग्राम और होते रहना चाहिए सर।
अभी मैं आपको बता दूं, आपके पास हर प्रोग्राम की जो भी हमारी कमेटी कर रही है उसकी सब प्रोग्राम्स की इंफॉर्मेशन जाएगी।
ओके सर।
एक हमारे अभी प्रोग्राम, हम वीक लॉन्ग प्रोग्राम विद द डिफरेंट कंट्रीज अक्रॉस द ग्लोब, एक जो ग्लोबल वीक जो है वो हमारी ये कमेटी जो है, अभी प्रोग्राम इज अंडर द फाइनलाइजेशन स्टेज. As the approval comes, we'll be starting a program for a week long program, maybe 5-6 days, covering all the countries across. Where we find the opportunities are there, where we find like these are the focus countries for the Indian perspective. Same way, my other committee is the committee for member in an industry, because the business and the profession has to go together. We have a program on the 20th of this month from 11 to 1, where the Hindustan Unilever chairman, MD, Mr. Sunil Mehta will be there. And from Gujarat, this Amul, जो हमारा एक प्रोडक्ट घर घर का है, उसके जो एमडी हैं वो, एंड वन जेंटलमैन एज ए मिस्टर गोपाल अग्रवाल, who happens to be a national speaker, national spokesperson of the BJP. He is coming there as a speaker from the committee called Committee for Member in Industry and Business. That program details I'll also sharing with you. You can promote in your Indore city also.
सर वन क्वेश्चन आपसे है कि कोई सक्सेस स्टोरी सर शेयर करना चाहेंगे? सक्सेस स्टोरीज आपके कमिटी से जो भी बंदे ने अगर प्रभी हैं कि बाहर किसी ने काम लेके कुछ ऐसा।
या अभी मैं आपको बता दूं, क्योंकि अभी वेरी रिसेंटली जो है बहुत सारे लोगों ने जो है, मतलब दो दे हैव स्टार्टेड एट द वेरी फर्स्ट स्टेज इटसेल्फ, they are not grown to the stage where we expect maybe 2-3 years down the line, but the starting point is there. So many startups has been entered into this APO, and that is with the efforts of this committee only, by the efforts of this committee only. And there are certain APOs which have been really been looking forward this aspects. Like I know some friends from the Ludhiana, some from the Mohali in Punjab, some from the Chandigarh also, some from Delhi. Those who have started working on this APO concept. Though definitely the parameters are the same. Key investments, the infrastructure, IT infrastructure, that has to be without first investing. That is not the case now. Keep one table chair and you starts working as a professional chartered accountant. Now you have to complete if you want to serve globally, complete infrastructure, all office atmosphere, all securities, all cyber securities arrangements, all IT related issues. So then you have to invest accordingly and give the ways. So many success stories are there.
Pankaj ji, the same question is to you, and without naming any CA students or CA members name, if you can, sir, success stories of CA went out of India, doing job there, and those who are working from India, outsourcing, if you want to share, sir.
So I have a friend in Nagpur. So again, I'm not naming him, but then he is running a very successful outsourcing firm where he has taken up this thing, the bookkeeping work of a lot of companies in US. So he again started with those small restaurants within New York and other places. He started taking bookkeeping work of them and developed a good network of people and trust. And with that, he has taken up like right now, I think some 200 plus restaurants are associated with him. They are giving him bookkeeping work, and he has got some 100 plus employees set up right now as a KPO. And talking about students, students have gone for courses like MBA, Masters in Finance, and they have started working. Some students are working with Deloitte, US. Some have started working with KPMG within Canada. So these are few things which I have seen in past, and because of which the whole presentation that I have made is based on their experiences only. I've taken those points from these students or the people who have done it before.
सर एक सवाल हंसराज सर आपके लिए है कि is there any online portal for addressing concern of members related to global services?
Yeah, basically you look like you must as far as the global employment is concerned, we are going for a portal which will be launched very shortly. That will be a really a great good platform which will be bringing out for the young members. More particularly the beneficiary will be the young members only, though it will be for everyone, those for the employment is concerned. Same way this platform will have the advantage of, if anyone wants to serve have a getting the services from a Indian chartered accountants, they can also post them there. So then it will be circulated amongst the members, those who wants to interest and have the structured system of serving to the others. Basically, you see, like there are some responsibilities which lies in between. As far the employment is concerned, it will be a portal. Portal will be for the benefit of the job giver also and job recipient also. So those are on the way of the starting of the portal in the maybe in a month time, or will that will be there in the, it's at a testing stage, it's at final stage of the testing.
Sir, a part of this employment, if any chartered accountant facing some problem outside India, so what type of backup ICI provide to our members? Uh,
Yeah,
is there
indeed,
any?
this ICI has a committee called International Affairs Committee.
Okay. So,
External Affairs Ministry is in the sports of the ICI. Wherever any members of our fraternity faces any challenges, we have a chapters. Wherever the chapters are there, local members are there to support them up. Our Indian professional itself, and wherever the chapter is not there, External Affairs Ministry, we can approach them up at the ICI level. ICI has a good made a report with them, and definitely when you can share any details of any member, those who needs any support from the ICI for their any challenges he is facing.
okay, sir. So, is there any specific contact number or mail ID which you can share with our members?
Yeah, there is a
In case of
secretariat of the
emergency, they can.
International Affairs Committee, ia@ICI.in. IA means in the International Affairs,
Mhm.
ia@ICI.in.
Okay, thank you. Next question.
Sir, one more question. If any member is researching on subject relating to export and bring out publications on the subject, so is there any platform to promote?
Such type of initiative.
Yeah, matlab anyone wants to
Anyone is,
research on it.
yes, anyone is, any member is research on subject relating to export. So is
Okay.
there any platform provided by ICI for promoting that type of publications or something?
No, we have a research committee also, and we have a international like CS and WTO committee for export of CS services and WTO, and we can otherwise it can be through the mechanism of our editorial board and our journal also, that can be published if it is a unique enough. If it is a cut and paste, then there is a process of the looking at it, reviewing it, then only it is allowed to be published. So if he wants a project as such to be carried away, to be taken care of, so then research committee can also give some benefit to them for the undertaking the research also.
Sir, one more question. Is there any manual available for members for knowing the what are the other educational opportunities available abroad, which are linked to
Basically,
chartered accountants?
like there is a manual called quick. We our committee one of our committee has published one documents, one manual where the this professional opportunities, quick referencer for the professional opportunities, if it is meant for the whether it is India or the overseas. As far as this committee is also coming out with a manual which gives the professional opportunities in a different country to country specific. I'll be sharing with you some PPT also, like today, whatsoever I have deliberated with you. So I'll share the PPT. Few other PPT also within the state also. If you can want to develop anything in your suppose in your own state. So the state, the economy of the state, what is the best part of it? Whatever one has to, that PPT can also be shared by me to you. We have developed some PPT related with the state in India, those who are been empowered, those who are contributing best in the economy of the India. Basically, if we talk about the India is 100, So then there are certain states like Maharashtra stood at number 1, maybe 10-11% contribution in the GDP of the country. Some are 7-8%, some maybe 1 or 2%. So that the PPT can be shared with each one of you. What is the and the whatsoever the economic factors are, like economy of the agriculture, economy of the services, economy of the manufacturing sectors, those can be shared with each one of you.
I think we have covered all the queries and questions raised by members, and still if any queries or questions is pending, kindly mail us at Indore branch mail ID. We will try to resolve that as soon as possible. At last, I would like to express my sincere thanks towards our both speaker, our Central Council member, and Pankaj Singh ji for accepting and for giving your precious time to Indore branch, and also thankful to all members presented and attended this conference. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all my friends from the Indore branch, the leaders of the Indore branch, for inviting me here.
Sir,
And
next
hope
time,
this will be a starting point. We'll be moving together in with a greater relationship, greater strength from the ICI and the branches across. Thank you very much.
होप सर बहुत जल्दी हम आपके फिजिकल प्रेजेंस को भी इंदौर में महसूस
बहुत अच्छा लगेगा हमें तो। मेरी तो इच्छा यही है कि भाई इंदौर जो है एक ऐसी क्लीन सिटी, और जो छोटा मुंबई हम बात करते हैं कि भैया इंदौर इज स्मॉल जो है मुंबई, लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज। तो मैं जो है देखता हूँ कि भाई इंदौर वाले यदि थोड़ा सा एक्टिव हो जाएं तो ये देश के लिए जो है बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं। और उम्मीद रखता हूँ कि इस प्रोफेशन के लिए और इस इंटरनेशनली इस प्रोफेशन को लाने के लिए इंदौर विल बी गिविंग द बेस्ट। Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Members are asking for presentation. Dear members, we are going to upload it on our website. Both the presentation will be uploaded. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ICI Indore, Harsh sir, and everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj sir, for giving your time in this scenario.